Are live now. Hello,
We're
everyone.
live as fuck.
We are indeed. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where I will be, as always, your ridiculously handsome host. But we also have a nice silver medal here for you in the form of Krendar.
Aw, hi.
We of course
I
are
get to be here too,
here
basking in
for
your
you.
glorious radiance from the back.
Hey, I normally am like that with other people. It's nice to feel like the front line for a change.
There you
Uh,
go.
Capture device, don't need that. Why did I bring that up? I
I,
won't
I I
check.
would say the same thing, but Hellbent's not returning my messages.
Someone in your it was either in your Discord or it was either your Discord or Luca's Discord sent me a message when you were on and thought that Hellbent was me, and I felt so proud. I was like,
Oh, that was
yeah.
yeah. That was awesome.
Well, yeah, you know, as it is, sometimes I just don't use the proper voice.
That was
uh,
actually pretty close. That was pretty close.
Yeah, I'm actually good for like a few seconds of a decent voice, and then it just kind of
hmm
vanishes when I start really thinking about it. It's like some sort of mental block. Uh,
I know what you mean. Like it's like a muscle memory thing. Like where once you start concentrating on what you're doing, you start screwing it up. But if you're distracted, you can do it okay.
like even now, if I tried to do that again, it sound almost like Joe from Family Guy, and that's no, it's the same idea,
Nah.
but yeah. Anyway, we are playing the last of the Dawn of War 2 stuff, Retribution, and for that now we will start a new campaign. Play the prologue
But not
mission.
Dawn of War 3 though.
Yeah, I don't have Dawn of War 3, and unless I get it for free, and I'll play it more as morbid curiosity. Emphasis on the morbid.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah. So this is where the Dawn of War saga ends. But we have decided to. Do you want to play the prologue mission?
I don't really remember it, so yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Also, once we're in game, I'm gonna have to open my options menu and turn the volume of the game down a wee bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, this is where it's showing you how to use Jonah
It's
and
like
Gabriel.
tutorial, probably.
Yeah. Look at those giant keys Jonah's got around his loincloth.
Those are pretty big.
And why does he have a book on his shoe? That's just gonna get dirty.
Well, where do you keep your books?
Oh wow, I see what you mean. The game is loud.
We are in desperate need of reinforcement. We have no choice but to press on, Jonah. I shall not abandon this place again.
Let me lower down the game
The
once
few allies we have already know of our task, and we can wait for them no longer. I would never suggest retreat, but I can feel his power. The warp screams all around us.
When is the warp not screaming, Jonah?
His forces beset our battle brothers on all fronts.
When it's softly whimpering.
To hold their position. Then it falls to you and I, librarian. We descend into the crater.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah, let's give us a second here.
Menu. Menu. Game options.
Voice.
Audio. Master. There we go.
Much better.
Ooh, even
I can
then
hear
it's
you
a bit
again.
on the loud side. Speech needs to slow down. As for special effects. Don't need
Alright,
any
looks
more
like you're
music.
Gabriel and I'm Jonah, as it should be.
Yeah. Best friends forever.
Yet more pathetic rabble seek to bar our path. Then on our path they shall die. To the attack!
I don't think you've got the luxury of just constantly stopping in front of every single warband and being like, more enemies approach. It shall be the last mistake they ever make.
Let us make a heroic speech before every skirmish.
It's like when you play like a Total War game and it's like Three Kingdoms, and then like hour 2 or 3 in, every single game starts off with like an epic speech, but it's like 40 people versus like 5,000. And you just stare like,
Yeah.
why? Why you keep talking? I've heard this all before.
I know, right? I can never really get into those Total War games, and I've never really played a Three Kingdoms.
I won't lie, I might have gone to a certain Bay of Pirates, obviously in Minecraft, and from there in Minecraft, played a very bare bones version of Three Kingdoms. But the thing is that the Minecraft graphics are crap, or at least maybe my computer just isn't up for snuff. I don't know. But either way, I was actually a little bit disappointed. Had potential, just not the way I saw it. It kind of looked a bit pretty.
I think there's a couple things like I tried playing Total Warhammer,
Mm.
and it was pretty neat in some ways, but I think the main thing that really stopped it from being good to me was two main things really bothered me the most. The espionage thing, like having the spies going around assassinating other heroes, was a pain in the arse.
Really was.
And one thing that really bothered me, and I think maybe the AI cheats a little bit in some regard, is that whatever I did, they had a perfect counter ready all the time.
Yeah, that actually is a hallmark of the Total War games. The response is
Yeah.
simply to lead them in to think that they have a counter, when in actual fact you counter their counter, and they have no response to that. They basically throw it all away in one hand. So if you think that,
Well, no, what I mean, the way I'm talking about it, it's not possible, because what would happen would be, in games like this, I'll usually keep my entire army on one group and just bankroll through stuff.
Yeah.
But if you try that in this game, like a turn or two after I leave my own grounds to invade theirs, they'll have an army sneak in behind me and take my shit over while my army is gone. But if I split my army up into two, every single time.
Okay, that's never happened to me before.
But if I split my army up to prevent that, then they'll take their entire army in one spot so that they crush me because they've got twice the army I've got.
That is
so I can't win either way.
Odd. Like when I played Skaven on Total War 2, I got my ass kicked by sneaky rat people from other Skaven clans, and that kind of made sense for it. I kind of gambled and I lost.
That's in character.
Yeah, but I've never, for example, played, say, the Orcs, and then had that shit happen to me. I don't know. Maybe what difficulty did you have it set on?
Normal. But the only way I was able to win the game at all was by putting it on easy.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
There's a lot of mans down there.
There are a lot of mans. A bit less now.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so easy just to make this into a completely homoerotic setting. I mean, the amount of masculine, burly men, manly, man things.
You say that like it's not already.
Well, it's kind of sexist, this universe is. I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, they've intentionally made it a bit on the, like, Space Marines don't get any. Like, Sisters of Battle apparently do get it, but you never see anything.
I don't know if I would call that sexist.
No, sexist, sexless. Lack of sex.
Sexless, yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. But don't tell that to the people making the fan art, though. They don't know that.
Oh, did you see the latest drama on 40K? It was way to spoil the fucking ending there, tutorial.
Who would have guessed we'd be fighting a giant demon?
That was set up in the previous one. But
what a spoiler.
Yeah, the Games Workshop put out a message supporting Black Lives Matter, but also said that it's going to increase its inclusivity of people, and it then said, if you think like us, you're welcome. If not, you won't be missed.
Oh shit!
And Arch Warhammer, you could see the tears in his eye when he made a video. He's like, I guess so much for you, the tolerant left, huh? Just memeing it up, and I was just there like, dude, Vosh is so right about you. All you do is talk in fucking memes. like from like 10 years ago. Now, I kind of see what he's saying, but at the exact same time, there's a lot of toxic elements in the Warhammer
Sargon's getting like that too.
Where he's just memeing.
Not necessarily that he's memeing, but in the sense that the way he phrases all of his arguments, he keeps referencing the memes constantly. Yeah, like he's serious about what he's saying, but he keeps using the buzzwords and in jokes all the time.
Which, I saw him and Jake from Hugo and Jake have a conversation recently with V. I couldn't watch it more than a few minutes, but I noticed one thing. He kept on misgendering Hannah intentionally, and it was just the most petty shit. Sargon.
No, he was misgendering who?
Hannah and
Jake. I don't know who that is.
You're doing it on purpose.
Previously Hugo. Okay.
Yes, previously Hugo. But the way he was doing it was so petty and childish that it was just kind of like, dude, this is why you fail at everything you do. You're a fucking man-child. Like, hell, look at his political career.
I can't because it's hard to find.
I just love those pictures of Sargon as Death going to each door, and it's like the different things he was a part of.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But no, the 40k.
Everything he joins dies. Yeah.
Yeah, like what was it? Was it DashCon that he was meant to go to, and it was just him in a ball pit?
I don't remember.
It was the one with the famous ball pit, and then they got it, and it was like a kiddie pool full of ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Now those memes I can get behind because
I remember seeing like multiple videos he's made where he used the phrase "stunning and brave" like 10 times throughout the video.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mock it, but I mean, come up with something else to say as well.
Yeah, like get creative. I've noticed that with a lot of people on the right, actually, they sound like they should have an incredible vocabulary to it, but they never do. It's just it just descends into the sort of thing. Like V's terrible for that. The one time I saw Ralph, he just started calling everyone a degenerate, like fucking Nick Fuentes does. Like it, I don't know. They're becoming caricatures of themselves almost. It's kind of weird.
Well, I would disagree in the sense that Nick Fuentes is not becoming a caricature because he started as a caricature.
That's true, and now he's just becoming that caricature is getting more and more in depth. I mean, Catboy is not going to be the last we hear of his suppressed homoerotic urges.
No, definitely not. How long do you think it's going to take before he starts making out with Lady Maga?
Honestly, I imagine like it already happened, and I'll picture this. And don't worry, we'll get to the game soon enough. Just so you know, we've been pondering having a podcast. If we do make a podcast, it's going to be basically this. There might be something on screen. We won't give a shit. It's just going to be us talking. But yeah, like I honestly think what happened was when he said you're a degenerate and things like that. Afterwards, like she got a message on her phone telling of like his hotel room.
Like, one of them went home that night with the other one's boxers
absolutely.
in their pocket.
Well, let's be honest. Lady Maga would probably.
Fuentes wears briefs for sure.
Yeah. He's Nick's probably wearing like pink little Catboy ones, like little lacy panties that Catboy gave him, and it's like a souvenir
with cat ears on the side.
Yeah. A little Neko-chan giving a wink on the crotch.
that was a weird ass date they went on.
I don't want to wait for my love. They just were you watching DP last night? Asterios and Scott didn't know who Catboy was.
I didn't watch it live, but I watched the VOD afterwards. Asterios did his signature slide off camera to the side.
Yeah.
He's so good at that.
He's very good. He's like I said, he was he's born out of 80s flop sweat from SNL cast members. He's like he's like the last great old school sort of stand-up comedian from New York.
He is. And honestly, I feel like he's one of the most self-aware people on YouTube I know, because he named his podcast the Loudest Podcast, and it's like that is incredibly self-aware.
Absolutely.
He's a loud man.
All right, so who should we go for first? Also, how many of these would you like to do? You might as well post it down now.
At least a couple. You wanted to do Space Marines. I wanted to do Imperial Guard.
So let's get the Imperials out of the way first, huh? Obviously we
All
won't
right.
be doing both. We probably won't even do the the Space Marine campaign completely today. It's quick though. It is quick, so
It's
maybe.
quick, but it's not that quick. We're not going to get a whole campaign done today.
No.
I mean, you say quick, but it's not super quick. I think it's not as long as Dawn of War 2's campaign, but it's not short. I think it's comparable to the Chaos Rising campaign, roughly.
Anyway, let's go to continue, and
Continue.
oh yes.
I guess so.
Yeah,
because we did the prologue.
no, that's right. Okay, so also look, Diomedes is alive now. I beg your pardon, but Diomedes was not alive when last we saw Avitus had blown out his head area. Oh, he got better. A space wizard did it.
This is an alternate timeline.
It is basically an alternate timeline. So name your campaign. No, but we all.
Oh, by the way, I owe you a wee apology. By the way, a wee factual retraction.
Oh, you go on.
I was saying that you had named your previous force commander after Bering's wife. I was incorrect. Her name was not Honey and Tits. Her name is Sugar Tits.
You see, both are sweet and both have a large amount of glucose.
I mean, honey is basically just liquid sugar, but technically a slightly different name. You felt bad at accidentally naming it after her, but you didn't.
Pork Butt McNibblenuts. That's going to be the name of our campaign.
Will it let you type that much?
Yeah. In fact, I've got tons of space.
Okay.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I could have gotten really creative.
Man, I'm starting to get hungry again now.
Third. Pork Butt McNibblenuts. It sounds like a pub snack you get in like a really working class British pub.
And a really greasy one.
Yeah, you get it in like this wooden bowl, and it's all like it's all made out of crackling and bits of the pig that no one else had wanted. It just deep fried.
I mean, it helps you soak up the booze, you know.
Yeah,
probably helps prevent hangovers.
Well, it definitely increases the chance of getting diabetes. So easy, normal, hard, or very hard?
Normal. Thank you.
Was that the one we played last, or did we play easy?
One or the other.
Yeah, well, normal will do that. 10 years ago, Lord Rambles. You know, I was thinking, it isn't just Alfred Hitchcock or Churchill. It also reminds me of the adults from Peanuts. So now anytime he talks, that's the exact voice I'm going to do.
You just made me realize something I needed in my life that I didn't know I needed until just now.
What?
A Peanuts 40K crossover.
All right. So Charlie Brown has to be a Charlie Brown. God, look at the lag there in that video clip. Happens when I'm playing single as well, so I know it's not just me. But
Charlie Brown would have to be
Space Marine,
whoever the most overlooked and undervalued person in the Imperium is.
Yeah.
He's a
regular
guardsman,
rank file Imperial Guard, and his dog is
the commissar would talk like the wah 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 wah.
Yeah, you just see like occasionally like this this cuffed sleeve with a finger pointing at him. Wah, 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 wah. Yes, commissar.
And a bolt pistol in the hand.
Yeah. Occasionally a pistol, yes, pointing at him. Snoopy needs to be Snoopy needs to also be a.
Snoopy's an Ogren.
Yeah, but he's like he's the only smart Ogren, but he plays dumb when he needs to. What's the name of the girl who keeps the
Lucy?
Yeah, with the football. She
Inquisitor.
Oh, definitely, and she keeps on tormenting him. And every time he complains, the commissar comes in and threatens him. Who's the dirty kid with the blanket? He has to be a Nurgle.
Pigpen.
Yeah.
That's Sarge.
Colossal ships bear the munitions before exterminata.
The trick is figuring out who the Lord Commander would have to be. That would be I don't know, Schroeder. What was his name? The piano player,
Oh yeah.
maybe.
What about Woodstock?
That's just a little bird that hangs around on the old Ogren's shoulder all the time.
No, then he should have two heads with like one robotic eye. As an Aquila.
Yeah, he's like one of those cyber animals that's yeah. Maybe better idea.
What?
So you know how 40K has those cybernetic animals, right?
Yeah.
So Woodstock is one of those, exactly like you described. And his builder / handler is so Snoopy's not an ogre, and Snoopy is a tech priest.
Oh, dude, give Snoopy.
And that's why Woodstock
his
hangs
nose
out with him
is still sticking out from the hood.
Yes, that's the only reason you know it's Snoopy.
Yeah,
the nose and the ears are coming out of the hood. Like there's the hood has holes for his floppy ears.
One of the ears is cybernetic.
Like they both look normal from the outside, but if they ever move, they're actually like radar dishes underneath or something.
Yeah. Oh, and instead of the piano, he's playing like a pipe organ.
Oh, and Snoopy's servo arm is made to look like a tail.
Oh, that could work. Oh, they kind of.
But it's articulated and it still has the little grabby bit on the end.
All right, so let us.
Do you think Linus would be the psyker?
Oh, he has to be. Maybe even
the
make
Great
him like
Pumpkin,
a novice nobility psyker with like a third eye.
The Great Pumpkin he's always going on about is just a warp entity whispering in his mind.
Yeah.
So he has to have a psychonic.
The Halloween episode isn't about the Great Pumpkin being real; it's about him summoning a Chaos Gate.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing I loved. I don't know if you've ever played any of the pen and paper versions of the game.
No.
Like, they've got a tabletop game called Dark Heresy, which is all the players are Inquisition acolytes as a party.
It's taking a while to load.
It is. So you could be pretty much anything as far as like what kind of character class you are, because the Inquisition recruits from everywhere, right? All walks of life and all talents. But if you played as a sanctioned psyker, then your default equipment loadout included a mercy knife.
Oh, so they slit the throat.
Yeah, I just love the idea of my character is is an inherent danger to the world, and therefore must come with an implement of suicide should something go wrong.
Was it? Well, sure enough, that's what they do.
I think your game may have crashed.
I think the game might have crashed. Yeah. Let's go back in. Well,
try doing a Control-Alt-Delete and see if bonding.
Or just this and then cancel it that way.
I mean, you don't necessarily cancel it immediately, but
there we go.
Your task manager might tell you that it's not responding, maybe. Well, and if it does, then it's definitely need closing.
Well, it closed without even a, are you sure you want to quit? So it looked like it crashed regardless.
Oh, it closed itself. Okay. Well, there you go then.
Here we go, our first tech issue of the night. Well, technically it's second.
But yeah, I forget the name of the company that made the RPG, but they have a few versions that are. But
I
always found Dark Heresy the most interesting one.
About playing it before, also, Arch. He had a running game where it was on a Space Hulk. Invite.
Oh, one thing I saw that was quite entertaining as well is I watched a YouTube series of some people playing it, a brief campaign together. But one thing that came out very interesting is GM tools that can be fairly standardized in other systems end up being very interesting when applied to 40K. So he had a system to generate random NPCs on demand. Like, oh, you're going into a shop. Okay, what's the shopkeeper like? Let's roll some dice and just determine what he is.
So what, you got a bloody a mech boy?
No, he was using a system that he used for D&D. This is the first thing to mention. So there are results in this table that are perfectly normal in D&D that might cause some trouble in 40K. For example, what actually happened. He came up with retired wizard.
Oh, so a psyker that basically ran away.
No, even better. Somebody who used to dabble in actual sorcery. As in chaos.
Roll 1 for the nearest person with a bolt gun to blow off his head.
Yep, he made the mistake of trying to sell some forbidden texts to people that he didn't know were in the Inquisition.
Well, that
and
is
he did end up getting shot.
I doubt he was high up on the structure of the hidden cult then. By the way,
well, he had retired from it, but he still had a shit lying around and wanted to make some money off of it.
Oh, you know how it is. You leave college, you dabble in the dark arts to bring around a chaos demon, and then you realize it's not for you, and you go into accounting.
and he clearly wildly misjudged his clientele that day.
Speaking of, do you know the game Cult Simulator?
I've heard of it, never played.
It was free on, I think it was Steam, and I played it, and I heard somewhere that they had done a 40K or a fantasy setting where you're a chaos cult, but it is so esoteric. Like, it's set, I think, in Victorian era and in London, and it's just all told through like text and cards and things like that. It's kind of like Sunless Sea, but it's even less. There's even less visuals. There is some cool like metaphors, like the symbols start slowly moving on their own, or as you get further and further down the rabbit hole, and like the card table you are starts like maybe seep blood or you start hearing whispers. But the thing is that there was meant to be a version of it for 40K or 40K or fantasy, but I cannot for the life of me find it. But it's the perfect thing because I've always wanted to like do one where you are playing it, because if you've ever beaten Dark Crusade, this Dawn of War, for the Chaos Marines, they come on baby, give me something. All right, we'll give it a little bit. All right, finally. Good. I was worried there for a second. You actually get to see how the chaos, the chaos storm happened, and it's about an Imperial guard who was bored with his life, and he started going to particular discussions by particular people on particular days.
And, I know how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they meet in old churches, and they start transferring literature to each other, and eventually, the whole planet gets ripped apart by the warp. Anyway, here's Diomedes.
That is literally a massive part of how the Horus Heresy happened in the first place.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there were with warrior lodges inside the chapters.
Yeah. The
legions at that point. They hadn't subdivided into chapters yet back then.
No, they were just full legions.
But okay, looks like I am Tech Boy.
You're just called Tech Boy. You're just sweet.
I don't know what this guy's name is.
You're Martellus. How are you Martellus? Oh, that's right, because Martellus didn't fall the chaos in the official. It's Avitus.
Avitus. Oh no, my boy.
I know. It's almost as if he was unhinged, and you shouldn't have given him a big gut.
Sounds like a recipe for success, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because in this version, Avitus tried to kill Diomedes, and Diomedes killed Avitus.
Yeah, but you know what's fun about this version of the game? My turrets are just an energy spender and not a resource.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. You got turrets in your tummy. Although it's not.
Wait, why is it not?
There we are.
Why isn't it working?
Took a few seconds.
There.
Bit of a delay, didn't it?
Oh, I think I have to. Oh, it's because I was shooting people. I have to actually build it.
Well, that's better on the defense than the attack, then.
Depends.
I like.
We can use it on the attack. I just have to do it more. Here, actually, Oh, no, I don't have the spendy right now.
Here's the Ancient, also known as Totally Not Tarkus.
What have you to say for yourself?
Absolutely not Tarkus.
Very well, he will say nothing. He keeps his silence in penance for deeds committed.
Which, what, his deeds committed? No.
Imagined deeds.
Yeah, it was all habitus. I mean, then again, I think his reason is that he was their leader, and he should have taken the signs more clearly.
Yeah, like he should have been able to prevent it. This is how he feels.
To that I say, yeah, kinda. I mean, you are Targus. If you're not gonna notice it, who else is?
Good old Tarky Tark.
Tarky the Tarky Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose the dregs of chaos do possess some measure of cunning. At them, Space Marines. Show them the folly of their actions.
I forget who our other member is. Is it Jonah or somebody else?
I think it's Jonah. Yeah, because they want to keep it vague of who betrayed, but by a series of process of elimination, it has to be. Habitus.
Well, then again, wait, Avitus. Isn't he dead in this timeline?
Yeah, because
In this
he's
canon?
still betrayed. Remember that one where he goes crazy and you get to hear
Right,
the
no,
dialogue?
I thought you were talking about the fourth party member still.
Yeah, no, but it has to be Jonah. But it couldn't be any of the other members of the original team because they want to keep
No,
it
but it could be
vague.
somebody new. I don't remember if it's somebody new or not, is the thing I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, then, if it's someone new, they really didn't
Maybe it's
stand
Jonah,
out.
I don't know.
If it is Jonah,
really
if
don't
it isn't
remember.
Jonah, then I'm guessing Duel, maybe?
Maybe. Oh, that was a good nade.
Damn Chaos Cultists, only a few days away from retirement.
All right.
Captain, this is a relay beacon.
Yes, we know what it is. Many of us are centuries old and have been fighting the same way.
We recognize the MacGuffin when we see it.
Yeah, it's literally glowing and has a sign over it, and there's an icon. If you see it in a video game, you want it. You don't even need to know what it is, you just need to know to collect it.
I like the idea that the glowing items and the text that goes up over top of them are seen by the characters as part of their helmet HUD.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Although then Diomedes wouldn't be able to see it because he's a big chunky boy who doesn't need a helmet.
He's a big chunky boy who don't afraid of anything.
You don't afraid of no chaos. I think your grenaded might be useful here. There was.
Say what?
Oh, never mind. I gotta recruit someone. Scouts.
I say there's nobody to throw a grenade at right now.
Scouts are our basic infantry choice. They are competent marksmen, though their light armor makes them vulnerable.
They're literally right behind you as you say that.
We know their light armor makes them vulnerable. We've seen how many times Cyrus dies.
And he's Papa Scout. So.
Yeah. Right now they'll have somebody to grenade.
Whee!
I like it when we get to start upgrading our stats with those points.
Yeah, it's.
I always beefed up my guys before I bought fodder. We don't need a codex to tell us the blatantly
Yeah,
obvious.
I think Guneman was really hitting the bottom of the barrel when he was writing that part in.
Rule number
get
3:
shot.
do not walk directly into their gunfire.
You see centuries later a bloody Imperial Guardsman looking at that and go, suggestion at best.
Yep. We will clog their guns with our meat.
Doesn't work well against Necrons.
Yeah, it's harder to do when your body gets literally disintegrated.
Did you see the trailer for the new Codex announcement? They made like a massive battle scene, and you get to see a Gauss rifle in full work against an Imperial Guardsman's face.
Ew.
Oh, and there's another
No.
girl. There's like two of them, and the other guardsman. She's just looking at him as his face just gets turned into a skeleton, gets turned into ash in like a uniform, which isn't how that works, but it doesn't matter. It looks cool.
Yeah.
You also get to see the first ever appearance of like proper detailed Primaris. They all have shields and shit, and the Sisters of Battle. I'd really like a full Sisters of Battle based game. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
They can make another game like this, but have a Sisters of Battle campaign.
That would be fantastic. Although I wouldn't want it just as a carbon copy of Space Marines for starters. They're not as strong, but they'd be more of.
No. Just like a Dawn of War 2 style campaign thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think they did a good job in Retribution here, where you've got the 6 different races to play.
Yeah. Although, because I'm... Oh, shit. Because I'm a greedy boy.
Ah, shite.
Nope.
Where did I bloop to? Where am I? There I am.
You are in Bloopland.
Yes. I've been embupulated.
Bloody orcs. What was it though? Yeah,
He's got another guy back at the beacon still.
Yeah,
Tarkus is not moving.
The ancient. He's not that old.
I mean, sorry, not Tarkus. TM. Wink.
Spoilers.
OMG, spoilers.
I'm thinking like if they did a Sister of Battle game, it would be very pro. I think it would be like more how they did Company of Heroes, because there'd be more troops on the field, and or they could make it more as maybe like you're helping out an Inquisitor, so there'll be like a strike team, which I wouldn't be 100% cool with. I want to see Sisters of Battle as like hordes of sisters. And there needs to be something else as well. They need to sing. That's actually something that's mentioned a lot in the.
It could be like a toggle
buff.
ability where your unit sergeant like can toggle an inspiration ability.
Yeah, and you can just hear them singing like, oh,
Like
blowing and
while singing, you cannot be suppressed or something. You know?
Yeah, or rally guardsmen. Maybe you're on a temple world, a shrine world, and orcs invade, and like the local guardsmen are in support. But you have to really like help them along. So maybe they'll be like your meat, but then you've got like a small elite squad of sisters.
Maybe.
Or hell, get really creative. How about going up against, say, Dark Eldar? That'd be kind of cool, because they'd be super fast. Like their thing would just be super duper fast. It wants you to get behind this this thing here and throw the grenade. It's just scripted.
Yeah, it's on cooldown though.
Yeah, it's fine.
There we go. Ready. Wait, no, come on.
Up close, and very personal.
The spot I tried to launch it at was just slightly out of range, so he tried going back to the gate.
I could also be up for a completely chaos-based game. Like I said before, sort of like an open world sort of arena where like a world is divided into the four gods, and you're just constantly wrestling control over.
And you have to choose which god you're following.
But at the beginning, yeah. But then over time, maybe like you'll have a chance to start going undivided and find like there's a bigger quest.
Or maybe you start undivided and then your actions determine what you are.
Yeah, there'll be like series of like quests, and kind of like almost like a Mass Effect, or better yet, like a Dragon Age, because Dragon Age always gave you more choices.
I forget which side they come from first. Do you remember?
I think this
probably this side, because they want us to go over here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just start spamming.
Yeah, so it could be like every quest is associated with one of the gods, and so it would be easy to just stack all of one god if you want to choose a side.
And maybe
But
have
if you
like
want to stay
neutral.
undivided, you have to very carefully balance them.
Yeah, because there should be there should be some huge debuffs. That if you're playing it just right, it's not that big of a deal, but it will basically stick you into like a particular fighting style. Like Khorne will be all close range, of course, but then Nurgle will be long range. But then Slanesh would be sort of like buffing. He'd be like almost like the healer, and Zinch would be like just the magic user. So maybe spawn in reinforcements or like fury and things like that to like force the enemy to kill each other.
Yeah, like
you can go in a lot of different directions.
Summons and mind controls and just big boom spells.
But of course, up close, they're weak as shit. So you want to basically spawn your.
I don't know. Force swords are nasty.
Well, of course they are, but they're.
But they're not as nasty as Core Knight Berserkers would be.
No. Let's see if there's anything else. Die. There.
Apparently, Mortalis is helpless up in close range because he wasn't doing shit.
You'd think that giant arm would be useful for something.
I know, right? It should be like a slow ass attack, but very hard hitting.
At least as a knock, it doesn't even do that much damage. But if it's like a knockback, that'd be kind of useful.
I think it could. I think it would do a lot of damage, though. It would just be very slow, which would be the trade-off.
Let's see. Anyone else? A Tau-based game would be probably very would be kind of like a Modern Warfare sort of shooting with like range. Everything is ranged.
I've heard they've got very nasty artillery, especially.
Oh yeah,
and railguns at the wazoo, and
of course, up close and personal, you'd be fucked. But also, I'd like to see like new models, like the human helpers, as they're called, which is like the converted humans.
Yeah,
they don't
brainwashed humans.
Well, they're not even. They're about as brainwashed as any other faction in the series. I mean, whether it's the Emperor or whether it's the Greater Good or whether it's Chaos, they all have inherent truths in them.
Yeah, but I meant brainwashed as in they've been tricked into switching sides.
Well, they're probably like 4th generation. Maybe their great-grandparents had an opportunity to fight back, but they only knew working for the Tau.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's us. I think we can move now. Let's see, who else? Tyranid campaign, I would like a sort of cultist simulator again, but a more like proactive
yeah, I actually really enjoyed how they handled the Tyranids in Retribution here.
Yeah, with the
since you only get one hero, it feels like it's more of a single player campaign than a co-op thing.
Yeah, the problem with the Tyranids is that they're so faceless. There's no like personality to strap to it. So that's why I'm thinking like a Gene Stealer cult would be great. It would kind of give you someone to care about.
Oh yeah, like imagine a campaign like this where you've got 4 heroes, but your heroes are Gene Stealers.
Yeah, and like they're early generation
hybrids,
Gene Stealers, and your actions
they're hybrids.
Yeah, your actions depend on like the game goes through different chapters, and at the end of that chapter, then you go through another generation that's like their descendants, and how you played the game indicates how strong or weak they are.
Yeah. Like maybe the better you do, the more useful mutations they've got, the more politically entrenched they are.
Yes, there'd be like.
Oh, you could do it like an XCOM style thing.
Yeah, I was something like that. You have different factions that you got to first of all. This one you even have to like infiltrate first, and then before you can start influencing. And you infiltrate.
Oh, I would be down for some 40k XCOM shenanigans.
Absolutely. Let's see, is there any Xenocom?
Although, yeah, that actually reminds me of something else I was very impressed with the PS5 reveal stuff was a little peek at the next Horizon game.
Yeah, that is everyone's been talking about that one. It is it's not even the best looking graphics. That's a great example. What Jim said. It's not even the best looking graphics of the whole day. I think that probably would have been the Gran Turismo just because of the sheer graphical fidelity. But that doesn't
But
matter.
that's always the way those are, which he
Yeah.
also said.
They're good. They're good as test cases. They're good as like running test programs on your computer.
They're
to see
good
how
tech demos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it looks so
Well,
cool.
hold on. Before you go in, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Should we not use the rest of our? Here, maybe I'll.
I can't.
Can we not spend any requisition? Oh, we got our population cap reached. Never mind.
Yeah, we got a pop cap. It sucks, but
Never mind. I was just looking at 1,000 requisitions and figuring we should spend it.
It sucks, but
it hurts. It hurts.
Well,
it hurts
we'll
me
need that
deep
when
in my
we go
places.
up against whoever the is this gonna be Eliphas? Who's this gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Eliphas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Eliphas. The dark gods who pull his strings.
Welcome, brother. No, your decade-long hunt is all for naught. I will slay you here, and your souls shall be devoured.
I'm so eating up the scenery right now.
Oh yeah.
Will see us victorious this day.
You know,
The
with a name
last
like
living-
Apollo Diomedes, he seems more like he should have been an ultramarine.
Yeah, although Ultramarines would be like, wow, you're really full of yourself, aren't you? How has this guy not fallen to fucking Slanesh or Tzeentch yet? Okay, so, let's think, another faction. Oh, I know a very cool faction, that would be good as its own standalone game. Raiding a planet as the Dark Eldar.
Or orcs.
Orcs would be a different dynamic in how to play it, because Dark Eldar can't like stay in one spot for too long. You gotta strike fast and you gotta leave. So that means you gotta build up you gotta go on recon missions. You gotta go and damn, he was easy.
Well, it's the first boss. What do you expect?
I know, but still, look, Eliphas, how come you're getting easier to kill each and every time?
But I like the idea that they could have all these different campaigns with all these different races, but each race's campaign would have at least a somewhat different play style entirely. Like almost like each one would use a slightly different engine almost.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Kind of like, do you ever see the Dark Knight? Oh wait, hold on. Azariah Kyrus, the ultimate good guy. Look at him. Just look at him. How do you not know he's evil?
I know, right?
You, Diomedes. My lord, Chapter Master Kyrus, I was not expecting communication with you so swiftly. As both Chapter Master and Chief Librarian, my reach is long, Captain. I watched your victory unfold. See to it that Typhon...
That voice.
I know. Wait, you still don't remember the speech he gives at the end of this, do you?
No.
Oh.
But it's very very chewing up the scenery mega villain.
Oh, it's probably one of the best speeches I've ever heard from any 40k. There's Cyrus. See, he's a good boy.
However, disappointed. With just a few honeyed words of favor, you discard all that we revealed to you of Aurelia.
So it couldn't have been Cyrus who betrayed. It's not Martellus. It could also be Honey Tits. He might have betrayed.
True.
But I think when he betrayed,
I don't want to believe it was my boy Avitus. He's too pure for this world.
They never mentioned who. So then, but it couldn't be Tarkus then either. So it has to either be Honey Tits or Avitus
or Thaddeus. I want it to be Thaddeus.
You put me. Oh no, it's Doctor K. Was it Professor Chaos?
Yeah.
You all made fun of me for too long.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. And what's his name? Who is the second in command? It's like something Discord. Is it Major Discord?
General Disarray.
General Disarray. That's Galen.
Yeah.
Oh, that works too well. And they're both
They
blonde.
did such a good job with those two kids in the last game.
Devastator's Thunder, Shotgun, or Tactical Marine. Now I'm thinking Tactical Marine would be the most practical.
I mean, let's be honest. We're not going to be buying scouts ever again anyways.
Yeah, so we need Tactical
We only had
Marines.
scouts because they made us.
Yeah, pretty much. Tactical Marine.
Captain, we have incoming vox.
I also like how they have a thing where you can have somebody sit out the mission so you can get something else instead.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody on your team you don't like, you can just say fuck off.
You have no doubt heard the reports. Eliphas the Inheritor and his forces are defeated. The Black Legion has been routed from here. I trust this.
I was told I was doing a Warcraft reboot. Like he sounds like he should be like talking about the history of Azeroth.
Well, actually, that's one thing I liked about this game as well, is you actually get to see an exterminatus happening from the inside.
Dude, I've seen that being used as in so many YouTube videos since then. Like anytime a company collapses, the ships will have the parent company's logo, like the EA. All the ships will have the EA logo on it, and then it'll be like the planet of Visceral Games.
The planet BioWare soon.
Yeah, but fuck. Oh god.
Or what was the last one? Who are the guys that made
Dead Space?
Dead Space? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Visceral. That's Visceral Games. They're gone.
Visceral. Yeah, that's EA exterminatusing Visceral.
Yeah. Or anytime someone destroys a server. I think like the Crown T, when the Crown T debacle happened, I think Medicare uploaded a video of like a crowd desperately trying to destroy it, and it just cuts to the exterminatus scene.
Yeah. Although I think Jim Sterling really nailed EA with Omnicronic Arts.
I always liked what he did before that, where it was
they just buy up a studio and then devour all of its life and discard the husk. Shit! It's Cyrus that we get to keep.
We do. I suppose it makes sense. We can get more. We can get more. All right. So let's see. Flamer.
Can we rearrange squads yet?
I don't know if you can.
No.
Let's have a look. First,
they're not going to give you 3 and me 1, are they?
Oh no, that's not really fair. If that's the case, you can have Cyrus for old time's sake.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. Because what happens, because you're going to have the melee guys, right? The melee and the short range guns.
I want to. I'll stick with. All right. How about we each pick one? You're stuck with Martellus, right?
Well, yeah, which is fine. I want to have Martellus.
All right. So then, Cyrus or the Ancient, your choice.
Well, I know you like your Tarky Tark.
Yeah, but I hogged him in the last 2 games, so if you want to give him...
That's fine. You have him.
All right, fair enough. So Cyrus is yours to play around with. Diomedes has 2 points, because he's the big shit strong boy in charge. Let's see. Battle Cry. Loose a powerful battle cry that increases damage output of nearby enemies. Brothers are immune to knockback. Diomedes worth special attacks for every melee strike. Weapon prowess.
Oh, this means you're going to be the rocket launcher boy, though.
Oh god, you're right.
Tarky Tark gets the missile launchers, or Diomedes or Tarky Tark.
Yeah, you need the heavy.
You
need the heavy the heavy weapons. Yeah, heavy weapon aptitude. But he's so good at close combat that it's.
Is it required, or is it just for the breakdown thing?
No. Diomedes is able to equip heavy bolter weapons such as plasma cannons, heavy las cannon, blah 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 blah. Stuff. So
remember, we're going to get 10 skill points. I think it's 10. Is it 10 or 9?
I don't know.
All I know is I think we can take 2 of our skill rows, but we're going to have at least 1 that gets neglected.
Yeah.
Or at least 4 or 5 points worth we're not going to be able to take. More of the point.
How about I give him offense, And now give him the missile launcher. Okay. So he's got the missile launcher. Attack heals Domides and his allies. Okay, cool. What's the next one? Honed armor. Ah, fuck it, because he's getting up personal so close. Yeah, we'll do that. Honored armor. Enemies that attack Domides have a chance to be damaged and knocked back. So it's like Elder Scrolls armor.
That's nice.
Okay. Is this one where we have to...
Retributive armor, as per the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
On Typhon, there are the remains of the teleport network of teleportariums.
We know what a teleportarium is. We spent 2 games picking them up.
Travel the subsector unnoticed. Enemy forces lie between us and the teleportarium. We must engage them if we wish to proceed.
All right, I'm gonna refresh my drink. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
If we have to fight, we're gonna do it for ourselves from now on. You wanna call that defection? Fine. We were dead men anyway. At least the cults promised something in return. This region is ours now. We see anyone within a mile of here, we'll bury them in ordnance. Don't doubt we can either. The regiment's holy armor isn't that particular about the holiness of them that drives it.
Neat. Okay, so we get jump squads, flamer, or a unique item, heavy 2 boulder. Oh boy, yawn. Wee. This was Sims 2 or 3. If I spun him around enough, he'd get sick. Martellus be looking fine. Hurry up, Krendar. The world be waiting. Let the world wait longer, y'all. Let's have a look.
Right.
Right, indeed. Let's do this. Boop.
I wonder what mission we shall select.
It's the one that we have to select because it's our mission.
There are such a wide variety of choices.
And flavors. Which is a type of choice. So I don't know why I added that. What do you think about the PlayStation 5 itself? What do you think of it? Because I think it looks like a water percolator.
I kind of like it. It's a little ridiculous, but it got flair, you know.
You see the comparison between it and Cell's head.
The what?
It looks like Cell's head. The weird crown.
I don't know what his Cell is.
From Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I don't watch that shite.
Mm-hmm. I also saw everyone saying it looks like a router. Which yeah, it kind of does a little bit.
An overly fancy one, maybe.
No, I saw someone, what they did was they took their router and then put 2 pieces of paper either side of it. Wow.
Hold
Hello,
on a
Mr.
minute.
Lag. What's going on here?
Hold on a minute. According to the stream, you're playing the mission right now.
Yeah.
I'm on the galaxy map. And not with you.
Oh.
I
Okay,
don't
did you
know what
get
happened.
booted out?
No?
Oh,
I'm still looking at like editing the characters and stuff. I'm not with you.
that's strange.
Can you abort the mission somehow?
Yeah, exit the main menu. Campaign. Invite friend. Krendar. Close.
That is weird.
Uh,
Very bizarre.
okay, work for me. Start scenario. Is your LAD out the way? Well, yeah, it should be because mine is, so.
Oh, I got a crash report. Hang on.
There are the remains of an ancient teleport network called the Teleportariums.
I need to reload the game.
You can find and
Weird, you're still open.
Yeah. This one seems even buggier than the other one.
You know, I could complain, but they're gone. They're dead. They're long dead now, so I can't really complain to Relic about anything. I can complain to GW, I suppose. But they just
And they'll
sell
say,
licenses.
what do you want us to do about it? We didn't make this.
Yeah, they just sell the licenses off EVGB. They don't care. I think if you just give them like $5,000, you can get a game with a license.
Which reminds me, I'm still waiting for the turn-ins to go on a really good, strong sale for Gladius. Anyway, invite again, please. Oh, you already have. Oh, no, that's the last one.
Yeah.
Hang on. The hell? It's doing the thing again. Whatever you did to clear that up last time, try it again. There we are.
Okay, Feral World.
Oh, hey, I've got Cyrus now.
Teleportariums.
Okay, now it's loading the map. Good.
Great! Hooray! Don't forget, folks, if you're enjoying this stream, like, share, and subscribe. Check the links down below. You'll find links to Krendar. I'm still trying to help out any way I can via Black Lives Matter.
Excellent.
You'll find the link for that. And if you want to help out in a more financial way, I have Streamlabs. We also have Discord. So check that all out in the description down below.
Well, we're at 4 likes so far, so that's some progress.
Wait. Oh, never mind. That's weird. It's not separated. Okay. You can see that you're playing it, but that's just strange. They're not separated.
What? I don't know what you mean by separated.
The icons up in the corner, right? You got Diomedes.
Oh, yeah. They're not sectioned out like they were before.
Yeah, that's weird. Tactical. We don't.
It's harder to tell who controls who at a glance. Well, they did a good job of doing one thing in this game. Is they definitely made the Bane Blades terrifying.
Yeah, it's less of a get enough resources and you end up with a end of game unit. Instead, it's this one-off nightmare machine.
Although, hey, look, Cyrus learned how to fire his sniper rifle from a distance this time.
That's the only thing they fixed. That's the only thing they listened to. Everything else they made worse.
Yeah.
On my way. We're on the road to somewhere.
And then Dawn of War 3 happened, and everybody was confused.
And sad. A little bit annoyed because it looked like a modern day Star Trek TV show with all the lens flares.
Oh, hell, we've been found.
You see, he's working class, so he has a British accent.
Yeah, exactly.
None of our weaponry is potent enough to penetrate the Bane Blade's armor. We need to fall back now.
Now one of us gets killed so that we can have a resurrection tutorial.
Yep, I remember. I remember. And I think, oh, is it Martellus? Oh, no,
Yep.
Martellus.
An allied tech marine has fallen. Damnation. We can't get through here. Find another path.
I like how the Trader Marine has red eyes.
I am on the way.
Yeah, well, his whole thing is red to show that he's gone evil. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. That's also the voice of Fenris out of 2, out of Dragon Age 2. Is it Fenris? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the fancy British
I don't-
voice. The one who's just talking about the cogitators.
Gideon Emery?
I guess that's...
Oh, hold on. I need to change my options again. My game became incredibly loud again. There we go.
Because I didn't crash, man remained assimilated.
Yeah. But yeah, the actor Gideon Emery is who you're talking about.
Yeah, he I'm able to spot his voice a mile away, like what he's...
I usually can because he sounds the same, but he snuck up on me in the new Final Fantasy game.
Or, what's his name? He's one of the, Imperial soldiers at the start of Skyrim. The one in the cart.
Yeah.
Shut up back there!
Yeah, but you can spot him a mile away there as well, though.
And here he's just a generic guardsman.
They snuck him into the Final Fantasy VII remake without me noticing immediately, where he's voicing Biggs.
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
Yeah. All right. We will need to decide what order we're buying our upgrades.
I
in
was
for our
just thinking
characters.
that. Or do you even want to upgrade the characters and want to, like, purchase troops?
Well, I want to buy upgrades instead of troops, but who gets the first damage upgrade?
Probably,
Shall we trade off?
Probably you. Martellus would be a good place to start.
All right.
That flamer...
So one of mine, one of yours, one of mine, one of yours?
Yeah. Like, Cyrus is fine because he gets... Especially against guardsmen, it won't be too bad, but... Oh, my tongue feels off today. Yeah.
We gotta be careful who you're licking.
Hey, me and those toads have something special, alright? Dad, have you been licking toads? I've not been licking toads. Aren't they, speaking of toads, aren't they planning to re-release Battletoads, like make a sequel to it?
Yep. I don't know if it's a re-release or if it's just a new game.
I think it's a brand new game.
I think so.
Hopefully it's better than
We'll
what they
have to
did
see
with
how that
Contra. I was gonna say ContraPoints, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know which one's worse, ContraPoints or the last Contra game.
ContraPoints helps a lot of people. Contra the game made a lot of people very
Helps
sad.
nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a Contra game at all.
No, it was
It was just one of those, we're gonna make it a whole new thing and just slap this old name on it
yeah.
situations.
Well,
All right.
I don't think that game would have been good at all. Like, it'd been so forgettable.
Go ahead, buy your upgrade, by the way. I just bought mine.
Okay. Let's improve health.
I actually don't know a whole lot about ContraPoints, other than there's some
Oh, she's definitely
very
controversial.
left leanings happening.
She's so left leaning at times that she pisses off even further people on the right. Like, she is hated by the TERFs. Then again, TERFs don't like anyone, so.
Well, of course she's hated by the TERFs. She's trans, and TERFs
Yeah.
hate trans.
And
It's
even
what
then,
they're-
like,
it's what
other
TERF
trans
means.
people don't like her. And I'm not talking about Blair White. They don't like her because she did a video where she quoted someone. She quoted someone who. Here's a perfect example of cancel culture, and she admits this is where the shit hit the fan. It was like privilege. I think the episode was the video was called, and she was quoting a gay dude from the 90s. He was like a gay porn star who came out as being non-binary. But he turned out to have like strong anti-modern sensibilities viewpoints. As you do with a lot of people. A lot of people are going to have viewpoints that aren't going to conform with today's standards. But just because she mentioned him in passing, without even knowing all this shit that he said, she got thrown under the bus by a lot of trans folk who started to like accuse her of being transphobic. And even then, people like friends, like H Bomber guy, got thrown under the bus because he appears in that episode too, because she mentioned someone who decades prior said something that won't be able to be that some people might get offended by.
How dare you mention people?
Exactly, and she's like, "Whoa, that shit hit."
I mean,
the
my
fan."
word. Oh look, there's a building with people in it, and I've got a flamer.
How convenient. Yeah, you want to bring Cyrus up. But yeah, so yeah, Contra is hated by everyone equally, but I don't think you'll find a better person to reach across the aisle to left and right wingers. Like, she has done so much good. I know a lot of right wingers who are like, you know what? I kind of like her. She, for example, she's one of the only women I think I know who could understand what it's like to be an incel. Because she's been on, she said she's been on Tinder as both a dude and a girl. And it's much better to get a sea of dick pics than a sea of nothing.
I actually, there was some other video that got made recently by a woman who was posing to be a man on, I think it was Tinder. Oh. And seeing how much more difficult it was.
And how did that work out?
She found out how rough it is for guys on dating sites.
Yeah. That does not justify a dude acting like a cunt to a woman or anything like that, or whatever the fuck incels or MGTOWs believe. But it's not like they don't come from a level of truth. They're like in many ways. This is something Voss said not too long ago. Men have it's so hard a time trying to just feel good about themselves. Like women are constantly told how beautiful they are, how great looking they are. A dude, you either can't do that because that's gay, bro. Or men can't be good looking, they can only be handsome. They can't be like beautiful. They can't be vibrant or else they're gonna be called gay. Well, I'm campy as fuck. I feel comfortable being a man, but if I would want to wear like makeup sometime, that doesn't make immediately take away my man card, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is angles.
Reminds me of that guy on DP on the America's Got Talent.
Exactly.
Was it Bonavega or whatever his name was?
He gets probably like 1,000,000 times more girls wet than I ever could in my life.
Oh, he got the entire panel wet that night. Even Simon.
I was gonna say even Simon.
Even Simon was getting a little damp.
Yeah, like.
That guy was awesome.
He was. And you know, it was Billy.
When I first saw him at the very beginning,
before
he was singing and he was just doing his backstory, I thought like, okay, who's this ridiculous guy?
He looked like someone that Dr. Phil would show, like that junky, over the top gay dude.
Yeah. But he fucking nailed it on stage. Oh my god.
Like, that just shows a little bit of confidence. Confidence without being a dick. Like, there's confidence.
That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, confidence without being an asshole about it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
For sure.
That's something kids. I think it's one thing men have to grow up and accept that. I think you really start becoming an adult man when you realize that you can be confident without being a piece of shit.
Yeah, without being cocky and arrogant.
Dude, like being a proper douchebag. Thinking that women just want a man. Like whatever the fuck Roosh V posts. Although now I heard he's found Jesus.
Oh god.
Yeah,
literally.
If you thought he was obnoxious before.
Oh god, the levels of smug have just increased to LA levels.
I don't think he's allowed in LA. I think he's in Russia right now.
What a piece of shit that guy is.
Oh, he really is. He tried to come to Ireland. They banned him. He went to every country with the exception of in Europe, except for Belarus and like Estonia, refused him entry because he was basically promoting, you know, nag and gaslight women until they until out of embarrassment have sex with you. Um, and
Such a
if
piece of
not,
shit.
well, maybe occasionally the concept of rape isn't so, and then you get trailed off because your stream will be cancelled.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the one to the saying it should be legalized, right?
In the concept of rape needs to be re-evaluated, he basically said. So a lot of things we consider rape now, like for example, a girl who is drunk at a bar and went out on a date with someone, she's obligated to give him at least a blowjob or something. So date raping would be no longer illegal under Rush's viewpoint.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, he is scum. Didn't
I
he
mean, I
have
know
like
there's a lot of crazy leftists calling things rape that aren't even close to rape,
I
but
know,
that's
but
not what he's saying
that's
at all.
no. He is literally what they fear. He is kind of like
Yeah.
anytime he's kind of like what Jessica Naive was for the right wingers. They can point at this straw man who now has a face and goes, "Look, a a transvestite who is or transsexual or whatever the fuck they'd use, um, um, a, a deviant. They'd call her a deviant, and say that, oh look, they want to have sex with little kids, exactly like what we said. All trans people must be like that now. Like,
Yeah, one person's like this, therefore they're all like that.
exactly. And in reverse, every crazy UCLA Berkeley feminist going and demanding safe spaces, which is something I still don't 100% support. I don't really support safe spaces. You're never
No.
going to have a debate. You're never going to have a conversation with someone unless you bring in an alternative voice.
And you're never going to get over a thing unless you confront it.
And sometimes, actually, at least once in your life, you're going to be in the wrong. And you won't know that until you run across someone who is in the right. So it stands to reason that while there definitely should be places to go where, like, you know, you don't feel like you're being threatened every 5 seconds, there shouldn't be harassment constantly. I think the DP group, the way it is today, is like we have some really crazy Trumpite people show up from time to time, but other than that, most people are on the left, but there's different tiers of left.
There's different tiers of everything.
Exactly, just like
The
right
world
wingers.
is a spectrum.
Yeah, and it isn't just all grey. It isn't all just black and white. PC Principle is a caricature, not an ideal. You know.
He was invented to mock something that was already happening, and not to. Yeah, he shouldn't be something to aspire to.
No.
He is to be avoided.
Even if his heart is in the right place, even if he's doing this for the right reasons, it doesn't change the fact that he is. He's basically stamping over people's freedom of expression. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of times he's stamping on people's freedom of expression who are pieces of shit. Like anytime someone stamps on Cartman, I think it's a good idea.
Absolutely. He's never got anything good to say.
No, and it's usually when he does, it's only because he's piggybacking off it to get something for himself. Like I want to help
for
the
attention
black,
or something. Yeah.
I want to help the black community, Kyle. That's why I've set up this Negro basketball league.
Is that when they did the Ethiopian one? Ethiopian baby basketball or something?
No, it was Crack Baby.
Or was that
wasn't
something
it?
else?
That was Crack Baby.
That's right.
Yeah, Crack Baby basketball. But also he made fun of.
I never saw
colleges.
that, but I've seen references.
The colleges. I think it was pulled in a lot of countries. There was one where the colleges the way college sports wouldn't pay them for the longest time. They just wouldn't give them shit. We gotta get out of here.
Feel free. I don't have that option anymore.
Hold on, you will in a second. There we go. Nah, he sniped it. Must have got the driver. Yeah, we're gonna wait for that one now, unless there's a box somewhere. Let's see. No,
I wouldn't spend it that way, even if there was.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we can probably
take this now
for
on
it.
our as what we have here. Also, what am I doing? I can just do this. Let me just build up my. Come on. That is like the worst bedside manner ever. You are healed. Do not fear. Literally just comes in
Do
and
not get hurt again.
scream. What the fuck?
But no, I never liked spending requisition to get people back up.
I don't know if you've really
Unless
got
it's
to
an
do it.
emergency and you
Yeah.
have to. Or unless you're in the final battle and you've got nothing else to spend it on anyway.
You know, I was watching Wang last night, just Wang, and he.
I bet you were. Oh,
Yeah,
Justin Wang. Okay.
No,
That's not
I
what I
watched
thought
that
you meant.
other. I watched that other Wang any other time, but nighttime. Nighttime is when I can be professional.
Oh.
But we might as well take these.
So, how much are you charging people for your OnlyFans?
Well, if you have to ask.
Then you can't afford it. Yeah.
Oh no! If you gotta ask, then you're reminding me I should really get on to updating my OnlyFans. Yeah. So he was talking about something. I've never heard this before.
Or we should probably go in through the bottom entrance.
Yeah.
I think, eh?
Absolutely, the back door is always the best door to go in. Just we
Speaking of OnlyFans.
But he was watching something, and it was like ice. They're like this meme ice hot players. I think they're called ice hot hustlers, and they're from like 2001, 2002, and they're the ultimate rigger band. Like when I say trailer trash trying to be ghetto, to the point where it became parody, and there was so many parodies that it's next to impossible to tell if they were real or not. Because very quickly,
Does it not start as parody?
Like, do you know the band I'm talking about? Because I never heard of them until like, yesterday. Oh shit, I don't know what they're called. It's something
By
like
the way,
that.
While you're letting the back of your brain work on that, does this game have a last stand mode to it as well, or?
I think I saw multiplayer, and I saw maybe it does. I don't know. Why?
I was just curious because I've got somebody asking us about it.
Oh, is it Luca?
It's not Luca, no.
Well, that we can find that out.
That's another another friend of mine though.
Absolutely, if they're down to clown, I can bring them in.
Yeah, maybe for next time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have to add them on Steam anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I'll tell you what. Before we end the stream tonight, I'll go into the main menu and just look and see for myself, and we'll find out one way or another. Oofed. I think we're Space Marines. Guardsmen just get their asses kicked.
Oh, Guardsman will be a little paste on the floor already by now.
But there's another 10,000 Guardsmen, so.
Yep. Lives are the Emperor's currency.
Spend them really poorly. I always remember that line.
I'm not quite sure that's entirely how that goes, but close enough.
Yeah, it's the spirit of it, at least. I remember there's a line from the one of the Gaunt's Ghost books when they're on that planet that's all like in a big trench system. They've been fighting a trench war for centuries, and one of
that's
the generals...
that's actually the story I'm in the middle of now.
Oh, do you remember that line he has? Well, who are those? He's like eating something as he's looking through like a telescope. Who's those ants? Those ants down there? Like he's just so detached. He's like beyond detached. No, it was when the Gaunt's troops had just shown up and they were acting a little different than the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because their uniforms stood out and everything.
Because they're competent.
Yeah, they actually, in a group of 50 of them, managed to take a position that hadn't been taken in 5 years.
Yeah. I think you mean, it was much longer than 5 years, I think.
And the war had been going on for like 250 or something, wouldn't it?
I think it was more like 40, but it was still a long time.
Yeah, but like if I remember right, the war itself had actually been going on longer because the what's his name? When the planet system, like the system seceded, there was already a civil war going on, and one side just fell to chaos. So the planet had already been like ripped to shreds anyway. The same with was it Volisterad or whatever the hell that.
As they say in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war, and that planet is the planet of only war.
Absolutely, and it's one of like hundreds that are like super war planets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had the codex for the Imperial Guard back in the day, and I had a list of only some of the Imperial regiments, and every one of them had like a little blurb about them, and one or two of them had "May the Emperor succeed in their brutal civil war" underneath. Like some of those planets are recruiting worlds to ship off overseas, over to other worlds for the Imperial Guard, but they're still having a civil war going on, just to show how inefficient they are. You know,
Yeah.
like they could show up and just deal with this isolated insurrection. Nope. Melt a bomb pack. Let's when Diomedes and the rest of them will finish talking, let's go into the I'll save and let's just quickly. Well, I don't need to save; it's automatically saved. Let's go into the main menu and we'll be able to find out if we have
Can
last
verify
stand.
the mode. Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well find out. But first things first, let's choose our upgrades. Do you want the should our tactical squads have flamers? Should we get jump infantry, or should we get Thul's ally, a unique heavy bolter?
I don't know if anybody be using the heavy bolter unless you want to put it on Diomedes.
No, I want to make him the ultimate melee. So
I don't see any use for a heavy bolter because missile launchers are going to be better for us.
So should our tactical be able to use flamer, or should our jump infantry? Should we have jump infantry?
I don't see much point to either one, honestly. So either or, I guess.
Oh well, in that case, maybe we should get the flamer and then sell the flamer and see if we get better.
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, you can drag. There's a librarian. You drag it down for bonus XP or bonus items.
But I mean, is that flamer going to be a flamer for our troops, or is it a flamer for our
oh well, in that case,
available forces?
then maybe I should get Thul's ally and do that.
All right, there you go.
The teleportarium is now active, Captain. We may leave Typhon at any time. We must locate further teleportariums
In order to reach more planets. Okay, let us let's go in and sell that gun then. I got 42 XP. Did you as well, or was it just me?
I didn't have it open to see, but I'm sure I must have because it goes to everybody when you do that.
That's true. I got a power sword, so that's cool.
I do need some armor there, so I'm gonna take that armor.
That's cool by me.
Unless you need it war. I don't know if you've got armor on Diomedes yet.
No, I have a suit of armor on Diomedes. I've got no armor on him, but as I've got one, you should have one now as well.
Do you want the melt-a-bomb pack? Because you're probably going to get in closer.
That's actually a good idea. I didn't think of that. Sure.
On Diomedes.
Expendable item. Donate, get minor experience.
Okay, that's specifically for the affected selected squad. So let's see who's got the least XP. Cyrus has the least XP.
Yeah, so give it to Cyrus.
There we go.
Okay, work your magic. I'm gonna
see. Increases range. Holy shit! Yes, please.
I've given him a Rosarium, and I've also given him assault jump. Can it rapidly deploy to a new location, knocking back and damaging enemy units around the point of impact? Cannot be used with heavy weapons. Oh, there's no point for that then.
Unless you give the heavy weapons to Diomedes instead, but you want him to be melee boy, so that wouldn't really work.
Well, then I'm going to pick it anyway because it'll just increase his willpower, and I can start working on some of the others in the future.
Martellus's turrets are going to have missiles on them now.
Fuck yeah, about time. It only took us how many games?
Not that last mission really gave us any opportunities to use turrets, but
we'll be
most missions aren't quite that bad. For that,
yeah, like the orc, you have to stop the orc convoy. That's like a holding up mission where you have to just hold out a position in the mission. Yeah. Let's see. Emperor's strength, increased Diomedes' health. Additionally, regains health. That's gonna be the next one, and then the last stand. Cool. Speaking of, let's save. Let's save and return to main menu. Yep, the last stand. So tell your friend whenever they if you want to do this next Friday, I will add them on my Steam, and we can make that happen. Do they want to actually be like in a mic and everything?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Yeah.
He just wanted to know the next time we're doing it, which to me implies that he wants in on it.
All right.
I don't know if he has a mic. I'll have to ask him during the week.
So let's see. Let's do Calderas. Probably do like 2 more missions and then call it a night.
All right.
You got something to do, and for once my mouth is acting really up. Like my larynx. I think the Chinese food, particularly the noodles, might have done some damage to them.
Dried you up, perhaps?
I think so, although I got tea, so
I always find that something carbonated helps with that more.
I think you're right. I wanted to get a can of Coke. I was 30 cents short. Ah.
Yeah, that's why like I'm drinking some Pepsi now when I'm on with you or when I'm on with like drunken peasants or something. But when I'm doing my own stream, I usually just have a big old bottle of just carbonated water.
Target anti. Oh yeah, we have to take out the anti-building troops before they destroy all their building, and we also need to bring anti-Vic weaponry. You were smart then to strap missiles onto your turrets.
There you go. Hold on. Be aware that I'm gonna need another invite before you do anything.
Arg, invite.
Because you went back to the main menu.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Also, I've noticed down the corner here, 487 players online. When we started, it was 600. Even now, they're losing so many people. Eventually, this is going to be a game that the servers won't be justifiable. Which suck.
Which is fine with me, because I never used them anyway.
And it's like the first time I think I ever played co-op with someone on.
It's the first time I've co-op, but even then, we're not really using the servers so much as we're just direct inviting each other.
Oh, that's true.
It's not like we went in and did the matchmaking in the game servers or anything.
Hmm.
The servers could go down and we could still do this.
I guess I have to invite you again.
I don't know. I guess I'm just sitting on a screen that's doing nothing. My game freeze up? The only thing I can see is the chat number, and everything else is a black screen.
Well, I sent it to you 3 times, so if it doesn't work, you best.
No, I got all the invites. It's just my screen is loading nothing. I think I've crashed.
This is in no way, shape, or form frustrating their relic. I'm just shouting at a gravestone. You made a shoddy game!
Yes, how dare you not exist anymore to help us. All right, give me a second.
You do that. I'll regale you with stories of my childhood. I once, as a child, was at the circus, and my ma was single, and was tall and blonde and good looking. And
all right, invite again.
One of the dudes there, he wanted to impress her, so she knew how to work people. So I was like 4, and I was told, "Would you like to meet the elephant?" So I went down, and there was a. You disconnected.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it says unknown join event over here. Try again. This is not glitchy in the least.
None whatsoever. So yeah, I went down. There we go. And finally, and the elephant was a full-grown male elephant that was probably doped to its eyeballs in the middle of the big top. And I went up to its leg, and I swear to Christ, if you've ever been next to an elephant, their legs are the size of tree trunks. They are just giant motherfuckers that loom over you. And I touched that, and it kind of, I don't know, it just casually moved its trunk up, and I was terrified by it, so I ran out like ah, and apparently that set the elephant off. Me screaming in a high-pitched voice. And my ma, who was never interested in them, she was just.
Hold on, I need to adjust my volume again. All right, I can hear you now. Continue.
My ma was never interested in him. Used that as an excuse to just leave, because like she was saying, like, you scared my son, you know.
Yeah. How very dare you?
How very dare you? Bye. Thanks for showing us the elephant. Oh, little fucking cocktease. Weird that I just called my mother a cocktease, but there you have it.
Yeah, that's my line. I'm supposed to call your mother a cock tease.
Oh no, she just doesn't have the heart to let you down easy. Last night Joe was pissing me off extra hard, and he said something like to me when I was calling them out. It was something along the lines of no one loves you, do you know, Hug? And I'm like, hey Joe, one person loves me. How is your wife doing these days anyway?
Oh.
Like he's shocked at my
How does Joe have to feel about the fact that his wife is sleeping with everybody? First she slept with Billy, and now she's sleeping with you.
Oh, absolutely. It could be his kink, but if it is, then he's not even doing it right. He needs to get Egghead's cook tent, and just the actual Egghead cook tent. Oh, Ryby told the egg sack story.
I just love the fact that we have an in joke so strong that all we have to do is sing a little tune and the full meaning of the story comes through.
If this was like a bigger audience that came from like numerous people, like it will be one day. Hi, random people of the future, but like they don't know why we just used a song from like from a basketball team. You know, like they don't know the meaning of it.
I mean, that happens sometimes when you and I get chatty on one of my streams. My other regulars are just like, I don't know what's going on.
I noticed. In fact, I used to get invited on this podcast, really tiny one. I think the League of Extraordinary Jackasses or something. And only one of them is a DP fan. So the rest of them are like, who's that? Yeah, did you ever hear the egg sack story?
No.
Okay, so I have no problem telling this story, by the way, because...
Good missile shot, by the way.
Yeah, it was about time I fucking used that thing. Oh god, my arthritis is kicking up heavily in the past few days. Ooh. 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 Flopping it around like a bloody... Painful. Okay, so the egg sack story is like this. Back in the day, Egghead needed money, and Ryby, as a joke...
By the way, buy an upgrade for yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, there, attack.
Alright, Egghead needed money.
Egghead needed... build Devastator Squad. We need to actually build a Devastator Squad. For once. So, he needed money, and he asked... Ryby said she'd give him the cash, but you have to send a picture of your oh shit, I said tactical marines. Bollocks. Well, they'll be kind of useful.
Well, if they get killed off, we'll get the requisition for them back.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, he had a she said it more as a joke. If you send a picture of your nutsack to me, I'll give you like $50. And he sent a picture of his nutsack to a very
of course he did
unprepared Ryby Jenkins, who
I don't believe anything Ryby says, so I wouldn't fall for that. She's too much of a shitlord.
I know Ryby well enough, and here's the thing: I know Egghead pretty well too.
There's no way she actually wanted that, and there's no way.
No, she didn't want that. She wanted it to happen. That's what I'm saying.
Out.
Like, she didn't want it to happen, but he went ahead and did it anyway.
Right.
So like, it's just that's like something Egghead would have done back then when he was on his uber cringe mode. But the thing is that
that is very Egghead.
It's not finished yet because she.
Yeah, keep going.
She kind of like said, okay, but we'll like. That was kind of cringy of you. I'll give you your money, but like never do it like that again. And he kind of realized how ridiculously cringe it was. So anytime it brought up, he gets really angry. Like really angry anytime someone brings it up.
He gets those super embarrassed angries.
Yeah, to the point where he even kind of like muted Ryby once or twice over it. Mm-hmm. So they brought it. So he was telling the story to he was telling the story. Ryby was telling the story again last night. And sure enough, Asterios had never heard of it, and he wanted the entire stream to stop so he could hear the egg sack story, and he's like so excited to hear about this story.
Oh, I don't remember that. I watched the video last night, and I don't remember that coming up.
You don't remember the egg sack story?
Maybe they took that part out.
I don't think so. I don't think they take out shit like that, especially because
Don't remember that at all.
that was last night. They had Scott on. They had Scott and they had Asterius on last night, right? Well,
I was just watching the. I don't know what happened, but anyways.
Well, I remember. Like I was.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. Either they edited that part out, or I'm more senile than I thought. One or the other.
That was a crazy night. I mean,
both strong possibilities.
They had to show Catboy. They had to. They had to talk about. They didn't have to see Scott get very jealous of Catboy.
Somebody in the chat mistook Asterios for a Jew.
Let's set a picture of our nutsack to someone who talks on the internet. That will show. On the internet, that'll show them. Jew stereos. Thing is that he kind of lives up to the stereotype, the stereotype.
But he's so obviously Greek, though.
I know, but well, like, he's so obviously New York. Let's be honest here.
That too.
He is like aggressively New Yorker. He did give me some good advice when I was going to New York, though. I asked what would what sort of where's the best place around for pizza, and he says everywhere is the best place around for pizza. The real question is where to avoid.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was like one of the chains, and it was the one that Critical went to when he went to New York.
Greek and Chinese, says Bill. I don't know, maybe.
Is he Chinese?
He's clearly more Greek.
Yeah, there's a predominant.
But he might be a mixture of the two. I don't know.
So, blowing more shit up.
I like how we need a tank to ram through things, even though we've got a missile launcher.
Even though we've well established that a Space Marine could ram through that as well. Quick, hit the tank with a flamethrower. That'll kill it.
I mean, it might make things a little uncomfortable inside, though, for the driver. Probably.
Slow
roast him in his own juices.
I didn't know this, but DFF on Flash Fried, they mentioned that the Chinese army is still using flamethrowers.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, they're a part of their engineering corps, which is the same as throughout most of World War II. So I guess they just used the same mechanic as World War II and just never got rid of it.
I guess so. Oh, and just to refer to Bill directly there, he says he's watched a lot of Asterios' stuff that's not behind a paywall. I've never seen any of Asterios' stuff except for his appearances on DP, but
same.
His appearances on DP are a lot of fun. He's a jovial motherfucker, that guy.
I would love to hear his stand-up. When I was in New York, the night I spent a huge chunk of my money when I went on a bender across Midtown, I ended up outside of talking to a stand-up comic selling off his stuff, and he gave
Can
me
you
a
ram
list.
through this wall to the south, by the way?
Yeah, we just ran through it.
Because then we can get to this cogitator without having to kill the thing.
Right.
There we go. I tried grenading it, but a grenade's not strong enough to go through the wall.
No, they want you to use the. They want you to
the
use
tank,
the
or APC or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's an APC.
What's that? A Land Raider?
No, it's a Razorback.
Yeah,
so I was outside.
That's more of an APC.
I was outside this comedy club, and he was talking about, how these, all the lineup for that night. And one of them, I swear to God, was someone that Asterios has been up on stage with. That's what really got me interested. There goes the Razorback.
So how do you feel about his social justice Wario character?
I think it needs work, but he literally made it up on the spot, so that's showing some good improv right there.
Yep.
He led into
that's a clever pun for a name. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but I don't think there's much else to it. I think it's just the pun.
I don't know if it needs to have anything to it. It just needs to be a name.
I think it needs to be like an in-joke of like a fourth wall breaking, ironically bad, clutching at straws sort of joke. So it is social justice Wario, and he is. There's really not much to his character, but that's the joke.
I just mean I don't think it's a character he needs to play out for extended periods of time. It just needs to be mentioned now and again.
Oh, I don't want him to be
mean?
overusing it. I mean, that's why we stopped
Yeah.
using Kane. Why is he wearing a suit? Here he's running for.
Yeah, now we're overusing the Yoda joke instead.
I noticed that. Every joke gets played out eventually.
Mm-hmm. Just like calling people cucks, calling people Nazis, calling people pedos, and now we're calling everybody a simp.
I wonder what the next one will be. There'll be a few that will try to force it. It doesn't work like that. It has to happen naturally.
Also, I'm looking forward to the day we stop calling people thoughts.
I kind of like thoughts.
I absolutely hate that term.
I kind of like thoughts because it seems the only people I know who call everyone thoughts are thoughts talking about themselves. Like,
I just hate it because it's an abject failure of an acronym. It's an acronym that takes the original word and makes it twice as long instead of making it shorter.
Alright, I actually don't know the root word of thought, so seeing that you clearly do.
It stands for that hoe over there.
Okay.
So in other words, you could just say that person is a hoe, but now you're saying that person is a thought, which is twice as many letters as the word hoe. Just call them a hoe.
Okay, I see the logic in it. It
makes way more sense, and it doesn't sound like another word.
I always like just saying "you a hoe," just like that.
There you go.
Yeah,
do that. Yeah,
sort of thing.
Everybody's obsessed with calling people thoughts instead of slut or hoe or whatever else.
E-girl's taken on a bad connotation.
Yeah, or I've seen e-thought instead of e-girl.
Yeah, and it's the people I know say it as a joke. The people who like really do it are like incels who are angry because or like real simps. The people who are like maybe mods on one of their discords and they think they have something special. Basically, Seth from Command and Conquer. What I have with Kane is pure.
I don't remember him at all. But I see in your thumbnail that he's making you jelly.
He gets so jelly so early on. He's a great reveal for Kane though. Kane just comes in, just casually shoots him in the back of the head, and Seth goes, "Power moves quickly in the Brotherhood." Seth's trying to get you killed. He's so jealous of you, and then as he's about to say something else, a gun just goes down next to his head and blows out his brains, and then Kane pushes his body off and talks to you. Yes, power moves quickly than some people think.
All right, well, Lucy, we've got some armor here. You might want to throw that armor on Tarky Tark.
Sword of Salvation, Flamer.
Tarky Tark and the Tarky bunch.
Let's put Sword of Salvation. Yeah, okay.
I'll put it on for you. There you are.
Thank you.
Because out of all of our guys, Cyrus needs armor the least. At least now that he's figured out how a sniper rifle works.
Let's go to Diomedes. So, Sword of Salvation can go. And we shall now have Emperor's Strength. Alright. You might as well level up Martellus and Simp.
Oh, I can now, yeah.
Simp
okay.
Cocodito? No, Bill. We've had this discussion before. You come up with good names, but they're not snazzy. They don't click. They don't bop. You need them to bop. You need them to be like Thought, Simp, Cook. They're short. They're sweet. They mean a lot. There's a little bit of bitterness.
But he's trying to combine multiples into one. I see what he's trying to be extra efficient in an overall sense.
But it doesn't. It won't catch. It won't snag onto the zeitgeist.
Well, we don't give a shit about the zeitgeist. This is just for us.
No, I would love. Come on, man. You'd be so proud if you were on Ground Zero the day the next Pepe was created.
I would, but only because I'm such a tiny wee thing online that would actually feel like
And you
I'm
don't think
becoming
that's not why
something.
I would as well?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it's different for us than it would be for like, I don't know, like somebody huge, right?
Well, that's usually where it all starts off. Then again, like Jeff was on Ground Zero when the original Pepe was created, but he was like one of
Yeah.
7. And ever since then, like he's always been known as that alt-right podcaster. Oh, Jeff, you don't deserve that title. You're Papa Jeff, Jeff.
Okay, we all know that the obscure alt-right podcast will always be drunken peasants.
Absolutely. Which have you? Anytime you see those, you know those surveys that have like in the center like one creator or one channel, and then it kind of like flows out to show how they're all connected and who's influenced by who.
Uh-huh.
I found I've seen a few of them, and none of them have DP on them anymore. It's like DP isn't like influencing anyone at this point. It's become like it's closed circuit. But I call bullshit on that because they know everyone. Like
They know everyone, and you can't necessarily judge it just by current events because JF would not even be a thing if it wasn't for DP.
Milo's career
downfall would never have happened without DP.
Brett Keane would still
maybe
be
it would have
online.
happened later some other way, but
I mean, Brett Keane
Sorry?
still is. Oh no, absolutely. Milo was doomed to failure from day one. He probably would have gotten stabbed in the back a whole lot sooner, a whole lot later by the alt-right, but he still would have been stabbed in the back, and then he probably would have had a mental breakdown.
But as it is, he was stabbed in the front and with his own hand on the knife.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that meme of like he shoots the guy on the chair and then he turns and goes, "Why would they do that to themselves?" You know, like, but it's all just Milo's career. Milo, why would Milo do that? But honestly, the fucking thing I thought was strange about that was because so many people will point to like DP and DFF and Ben and TJ and Paul and maybe not Scotty, definitely Billy. Which I'm not throwing shade at Scotty, but he's always attached himself and that sort of thing.
That's just the way he wants it. Like he's
absolutely, and I think he's
not trying to rise above TJ. He's happy being TJ's assistant.
Yeah,
which is smart of him because that means he's also not in the crosshairs.
Absolutely. When was the last time you heard of a Scotty-centric drama that didn't involve TJ in any way?
Never.
I think you'd have to
go
go
back to... The closest thing Scotty gets to a trauma is when he has sibling bickering with his brother.
Oh, did you see Paul talking about DP-DFF relations?
No.
They're actually quite cordial. They're just moved on. It's completely consensual, and it's completely like 2 years have passed at this point now. Actually, longer.
Yeah, I mean, I think
2.5 months. 2.5.
I think Ben's still sore about it, but he doesn't want to bring it up. He doesn't want to re-inflame drama.
Let's be honest here. If anyone lost out originally, it would have been Ben. Ben took the brunt of that. But
for sure.
Like TJ was the name, and hell, he had to do things solo. He had Billy, but Billy wasn't even a sure thing back then. But now, of course, he is. Now they're doing really well for themselves, and now they're two separate podcasts going in their own way, and I really like it. Hell, when Paul was on Vosh not too long ago, DP popped into the chat just to say Paul didn't have enough time to speak. They're actually defending Paul. Like they're cordial.
Well, I'm sure they're cool with Paul. It's just TJ they're mad at.
Yeah, and Paul made sure not to mention anyone else's name, just how he feels about it. As for TJ says it was for creative differences, and it was and it was years ago, and he doesn't care. Like, if you want to talk about DP, go to DP. He doesn't care about DP except for the memories. But it's the people who drag this shit on, and I hate to say it, people like Jay. Because, as you know, I like Jay, but he tends to kind of drag some shit out. I'm not saying he talks about them all that much, but these days, but I remember sometimes thinking, dude, no one cares but you. Like,
Yeah, but honestly, good on Ben and Billy for being people who realize that just because you're part of a group does not mean you are a hive mind with the group. Like their beef is with TJ, and just because Paul is part of a show with TJ does not mean they have any reason to be angry at Paul.
no, I don't even
But
think
some
they're. I
people
mean, I
don't
don't.
realize that shit.
I
Like
don't
a lot
think
of
it's.
people out there would throw shit at Paul
And they
over that
throw
as
shit
well,
at
even
Paul.
though
They threw shit
yeah.
at Stevie, for God's sake. I'm pretty sure Chauncey, if he has like a Twitter they made up as a joke, is full of spam from like 2 or 3 years ago talking about how he betrayed the group.
Probably.
They don't use Chauncey enough anymore. He's in the background a lot of times, but probably they're waiting for Halloween. But no, like I like what happened in many ways. Not at first, but then over times I'm like, okay, so DFF is its own new thing, but DP is becoming something else as well. That's a bit of the old and a little bit of the new. So I kind of like. I kind of like.
Yeah, I mean,
Um, I
I
think I got the best
watched
of both worlds.
DFF and DP, so
Yeah, exactly.
they're different things now, and I enjoy both of them.
Um, I just think that the drama needs to stop. And it's not even, like I said, it's not
Eh,
really even people like Jay, but he was like that maybe like last year. These days, I don't think I've heard him talk about DP or Ben or any of them in a long time. Um, and if it is, it's probably just the same way he talks about Honest Red, you know?
Also, I think it's a bit crazy that people get so obsessed with other people's drama.
Oh, God.
Like DP and DFF aren't talking about their own drama. Why are other people talking about their
Yeah, it
drama?
isn't them that are promoting this shit. It's the fucking fans. And I hate to say
Why are
it,
they going on
but
about it?
it's not even really the DP fans. So there's some people left in the DFF group. Um, like I'll tell you a story that happened. I won't name names, but in the Facebook DFF group, I I told a story about maybe a month and a half ago, and it was of being in the post show, and I mentioned on the post show to Billy and Ben that the Beast has a documentary out about him. You remember the Beast, don't you?
I sadly, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, the documentary's pretty great, by the way. If you haven't seen it,
I don't know how DP keeps finding so many shameful Canadians. It's a
we
stain on our legacy.
yeah. Well, you also did produce Celine Dion, so what can we say about that?
Well, that's what I just said.
They seem to be crawling out for such a polite people. You know what I think? Maybe quick tangent. I think Canada produces so many pieces of shit. It's because you are, as a whole, are so nice that all your shit is coalesced into singular people, avatars of shit for the Canadian people.
There you go.
Yeah,
But then we get redeemed by sweet boys like Scott Henson.
or just oh, there's some Chris Hansen, you know.
No. We're talking about our kitty cat wrestle boy.
I know, but I was also thinking like Ryan Reynolds definitely redeemed you for at least a decade.
Ryan Reynolds, yep.
Probably the whole cast of Letterkenny.
Mike Myers, the comedian.
No, yeah, I mean, we could do this all day.
Not the murderer.
But yeah. But that would be still pretty impressive, though.
There you go.
But yeah,
Girl Just Rant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logic.
So yeah, I told them, back to the story. So I told Ben and Billy that there was a documentary and had they seen it, and Ben I said something really funny. I thought he just said like, "Why would anyone care?" Just so casually, like so like knee jerk, like why? Why would someone make a documentary on the Beast of all people? So I thought that was funny.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah. So I thought that was a great one, and someone mentioned the documentary on the DFF fan group on Facebook, and I posted in that the response that story. The tirade of anti-Ben bullshit I got. I didn't say anything after that. I just let the responses come down and down and down and down. Most of it was Ben being basic. That what do I expect from someone as pathetic as Ben? Ben bad, Ben bad, Ben bad, Ben bad. And then it was breaking into, well, Billy's okay, but like they started having conversations with themselves, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
You gotta love all these people who just throw insults at people or insults about people, but they never explain it back up anything. Like, why Ben bad?
Oh no! If I'd have followed that rabbit hole down, they would have had tons of reasoning. But it's just the bitterness, the vinegar in their blood over this shit, over a podcast that changed some hosts 2 years ago. No,
I know, right?
like,
And
dude.
it wasn't even Ben's fault, as far as I know.
But now that's where I'm at in this conversation because I have too many roots in both sides and I don't know all the
I mean, the
facts.
only thing I know about it, I'll just leave it vague. But the only thing I know about it is that TJ didn't feel like doing that style of show
Oh no,
anymore and wanted to do something
that's
different.
official. Yeah, and that is one. I think
That's what
100%
I'm
true.
saying.
I mean, look at DFF. Do you honestly think Ben would have been happy in the DFF format? He doesn't come across as someone who would like do that massive amount of research and
No.
he's more of a laid back sort of approach. So I don't think he would have been happy. He might have even left and trying to do his own thing had he been dragged into it. So but that's fine. Like that's 100% like proven as far as TJ goes, and it also shows that like any other drama, no one like that's all done and dusted. That's all done
Hmm.
and dusted. And beyond that, like what you said, it's not really our place. Like it's nothing to do with us. It's mild interest, it's drama, but then we're just feeding into the drama mill. Talking about this now is feeding into a drama mill just a little bit. Someone could say this and completely misquote something you and I said and kept the drama going. Which let's
And
hope that.
will.
I hope so. If they do, poop balls. Poop balls.
Or as I saw on the last episode I was on, shit spheres.
Fecal orbs.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I wish I came up with that, but I saw that in the chat as well.
That's a good one.
Okay, so want to do one more mission?
Sure.
Man, if you had the DFF patron, you would be no. Scotty just made a move that made him worth listening to at least. Really?
What you talking about, Bill?
Yeah, sorry for that, Bill. We kind of got wrapped up in our own little thing. What did he do? I used to be a DFF patron. I used to be the base tier one. Signor Tomat was very
Signor Tomat.
he
That's a
was
good
very,
character.
very
I
persuasive.
like that character.
I just love the animation of him just moving.
Yeah. But Paul does such a good job of doing character voices, though.
Well, he was trained to be an actor.
I find that a lot of the YouTubers, like Let's Play type characters, type people I watch, have been have acting training.
I've never had active training, but I have appeared in one or two things. There was an ad with me in it. I've appeared as a background person in one or two things.
That's cool.
Yeah, very fun.
One of the ones I'm talking about just did a voice bit for a commercial video game recently.
Ooh,
so that's pretty cool. Have you seen those? There's this company that's doing a series of semi-related games that are like those full motion video detective games.
Oh, I know the ones. Yeah.
There's like the Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, the Shape-Shifting Detective. And now they most recently got one called Dark Knights with Poe and Monroe, which are characters from the Shape-Shifting Detective game.
Oh.
And there's this Let's Player on YouTube I watched called Jesse Cox.
Sounds oddly.
And he got a voice line in there. He got to be one of the people who calls into the radio show in the game.
I'd like a role like that. I wouldn't say no to being
Me
like
too.
Background. It's like a
yeah.
I like is it Hat in Time before the drama hit the fan with Jontron? He appeared as a salesman in Hat.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they took him out because
I'll have to
a
look
lot
that
of people were petitioning to have him removed.
That was a fun little game, though.
Yeah, that got a lot of love. I also love when I know Charlie Critical. He does a lot of voice acting, and he also Ozzy Man. He appears in of all things the latest Planet of the Apes film. Which one do you want to do? Blood River?
Oh, yeah,
or
there it is.
Do you want to
John
do
Jafari. He was a receptionist
in
Hat in Time.
Oh, cool. Jim Sterling also appears. Yeah, hell, he does.
I didn't notice when I was playing it.
The Plague something, Plague Dawn, Grim Dawn, or something.
What?
Okay, so
can you start that question over?
Yeah, which one do you want to do, Aurelia or Calderis?
Let's do Calderis. Let's leave the frozen shithole for another day.
Might as well go and get the Walker. It might be useful to bring down a Dreadnought in the future. All right, now this one's going to be a heavy sort of like a defensive operation. Also, do you want to switch over any of your troops to the squads when we play it? Like Cyrus gets switched over? Or... Okay.
I'll keep my boys.
This might make it a little harder, but not so harder.
Sometimes that's what makes it interesting, you know, dealing with the situations with what you've got.
Yeah.
Population
capacity.
Yeah, one thing that's been interesting with that Jesse Cox guy I mentioned is I guess he must be doing well financially because he's gone into, he's actually been producing a lot of games lately.
One of the guys, the narrator for Kings and Generals, released his own game, I think, on the Unity engine. That was interesting. And I think Arch Warhammer is either sponsored by or is helping to make a game called Dominion. Dominion 4, I think it is.
I don't think I've played those.
Same. They don't even... They kind of... The graphics are pretty bad. Interesting lore around it. And he mostly talks about the lore, so sometimes I listen, but... No.
Oh, I remember this mission. This is going to be turrets galore, this mission.
Yep, that's why I was saying, do you want like a lot of infantry, but the turrets will do just
no, I think having a sniper will be good. Should be fine. I think this plays to my strengths.
It's when they get behind the lines is when it really kicks up.
Well, we just won't let them then, will we?
Let's see. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Smacky, smacky.
Ah, yeah, flavor time. Little roast orc. Mmm, smells like fried mushrooms.
Shiitake mushrooms as far as the eye can see.
Roast fungus.
What the fuck? Dude.
Chalice, why have you stopped firing? You are a silly boy.
Silly sausage. Way to go there.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, that rock really felt that. There we go.
Oh, there goes Cyrus.
As is ancient tradition.
Yes. Ah, what the hell? Let's pop a nade. Help, I'm tied up in melee. Fire a rocket at us.
It's like playing Fallout 4 and then someone has a mini nuke and you're in a room with them. That never ends well.
And everybody dies. Yeah.
I keep thinking that maybe they're just like really, really high on like jet and they don't realize what they're about to do.
Probably. Everybody's high on jet in that game.
Brahmin farts. And you find it in crates that are like 200 years old. No, that's not how that would work at all.
Well, it was just regular cow farts back then.
Yeah, but why would anyone want to huff cow farts? We've already tried that and it didn't work. You need Brahmin farts to make it addictive.
Ah.
Yeah,
well, they must have been cutting it with something else at the time then.
Probably. Although you get to see how it's made.
It was cow farts mixed with meth.
Yeah, maybe just drop the fart part and just have the meth. No need to get too complicated.
That's crazy audience. Talk. What are you on about, sir?
It's kind of like Mr. Garrison's weird vehicle, the It. Why does it need all... Does it really need these things to go in your mouth and up your ass to move? Well, no. But why would you want that?
Yeah. Also, how do people see where they're going in that thing?
I wondered that myself. it's there's a name for what he built. It's like because it's like a singular wheel that is just in constant motion.
Yeah.
There's a
And
proper
it's been featured in various similar things, been featured in other things before,
Hmm.
including a few games. Borderlands 3 has one.
hell. What's it?
And it's
Twisted
the best
Metal
vehicle in the game,
had
in my
one of the
opinion.
Twisted Metal games had him. No, that was Axel from Axel had two wheels strapped to his arms. Do you remember?
Yeah. But yeah, like I just do not for the life of me understand how they see where they're going when there's a giant wheel in their middle of their view.
And they're also getting spit roasted as well.
Well, in the South Park version of it, yes, specifically. But how are you not crash into things constantly because you can't see where you're going?
It looked advanced enough almost to have like some sort of heads-up display. Or maybe it's so thin, the wheel is so thin, it doesn't affect your vision. That would have to be some thin-ass wheel.
And they're not.
Because
They're
it has to
visibly
be big
not
enough
that
to get a
thin.
dildo in. Plus,
Yeah.
plus things like the engine and shit, I guess. But mostly the dildo. I'm very focused on the dildo part.
Can't imagine why.
I love those two old ladies who pull up outside of the Grand Canyon. Ladies, how did you get here? It. They just take their mouths. I remember they take their mouths out of it, and you see like a string of spit.
Disgusting.
I'll be the first. I won't be the first to say it, but I don't like this new trend of making everything all slurpy and slappy. It's just something too visceral about it. Ugh. It's hardly the
Well,
worst.
sometimes you gotta maximize your grossed out factor. Sometimes.
Yeah, Brazzers is overly fixated on shit like that. They're the modern day Hustler magazine.
Yeah.
I always remember who was the guy who set up Hustler? The guy in the wheelchair.
I don't know.
He was famous. He was famous his own time. He took the government to court over like censorship, but his ones were famous for being overly like graphic. And I always remember a line he says, "Girl, if you want, I can show you what you look like inside, all the way inside."
Oh god damn.
It is captured. Okay. How about like when he makes a cup of coffee? Like it is brewed.
Yeah. And then somebody shoots him because they think he's joined a gene stealer cult. No, not that kind of brood. Wah.
What if he works like in Starbucks? Your order is up. Who has Fail Badon? It's Abaddon. Fail Baton the Harmless. You ordered the soy latte, correct? The extra small one.
Extra soy for the extra soy boy.
Would you like a child's menu?
No, he doesn't even ask. He just hands him the child's menu automatically.
Do you know where your daddy is? Do you? It just cuts to Dom and he's looking really sad out the window. None of us.
Then there's some really perky Ultramarines on the side going, "We do."
He's right over here. And he's
Hi. Did you like my book?
All right, let's move down. You know why he take his Ultramarines out to Starbucks though? It's because he wants them to have some fun times with their new stepmom, Ivrain.
Yep. That story checks out.
Yeah. It was about to be any fighting here while we was looting. That truck's almost here.
I love the name Smash Face.
Hey now, you're a war boss.
Get your loot on, get paid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, Casey Tron did a released a video a little while ago, and she painted herself up as Princess Fiona.
Oh yeah.
And then she started doing like I started doing like karaoke. Oh,
Nice.
Casey. When DP was finished, I actually went onto her stream, and she was out like camping with someone. And I just mentioned that she looked tired as fuck, and oh, the simps! They descended upon me with such vim and vigor. I was
Well, you
almost
can't say
overwhelmed.
that.
But then, someone said something like Lady Baggy Eyes, and she's like, oh no. She turned like into Shabisky real quickly. Oh no, no. I'm fine.
All right. Next couple of character upgrades are yours.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Speaking of
I actually
Shabisky,
thought,
he was on Marshall's stream.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I was gonna say,
Probably gonna
as
watch
far
it
as
after
the
this.
Princess Fiona thing, I always thought the quote unquote curse is like she actually looks better now.
Oh, she's got curves.
Well, after the curse, not before it though.
Yeah.
Her
Well,
human
before
form did
before
not.
it, she was fine. I don't know. Maybe because I
Eh.
grew up in Ireland, I never really had a huge thing for redheads. I know over else from the
Yeah,
world.
it's just common as dirt over there, eh?
Yeah, that's just it. Like it's like you have lobster every day. Eventually, you're just gonna be like, ugh.
I always have filet mignons all the time. I want some. Oh
Whoa, Cyrus, what happened?
shit! He found a turret and he's very soft. I don't know why he went off on a different path though. You go resurrect him, and after you're across the bridge, I'll blow the barrels.
Okay. Oh no, it's a separate path, so you don't
Go
have
this
to worry
way.
about.
Yeah, you
bridges.
can get back.
Yeah. No, for some reason he won't go over. Oh, because there's still a path. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna float up first.
Well, I thought this would be a faster way to do it, though.
Okay, hold on. Doo! Bang! There we are.
Boss, they destroyed those shiny bridges you liked.
Run away! Run away!
You better be lying to me, boy, and you better be dead before I get there, because I don't like being lied.
Oh, that turret is practically invincible over there.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is kind of like the. It's level 10. We're level 4.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I've got my turret is self-repairing now, so it'll kill it eventually.
That cannot be done.
You require more zeal. Exterminate your enemies. Okay, Cyrus is fine.
Might want to bring the missile launcher over here and get rid of this turret entirely, though.
Too late. The battle's about to start.
Can you feel it, boys? An ally's forces are under attack.
We gotta get back, like, now.
Might want to retreat order on pork butt there.
An allied structure has been destroyed.
Okay. And Shaboopy. That was pathetic. But at least he's drawing their fire. Shaboopy, 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 we're gonna fucking kill you. Let us hurl this. Okay. Now you need to take out this.
Convoy's here. Let's get the rocket launcher on him.
We got a great big convoy rocking through the night.
Mhm.
I am so overdue for playing some trucking simulator.
I like how we fucked up his ability to drive at all.
Okay, we need to deploy some Devastator Marines, but we don't have enough resources.
Well,
Maybe these trucks will have some resources.
I think sometimes they do. And I'm using the other thing to get extra turrets in.
That's power. We don't need power. Fuck. This is why we should have focused more on infantry, I always find. Because this one is just... Don't get me wrong, I want more turrets. Especially because those turrets, they'll literally stop anything that gets too near it.
Yeah.
They'll just drive
I don't know. I've always felt like it was fine. But some... I'm sure some Devastator Marines would help.
Yeah. Put them in here. Give them a last cannon. I mean, our job is to ensure that the trucks get destroyed. Or is it the tanks as well? It's the trucks and the tanks.
It's the trucks, I think. The tanks are just here to fuck us up.
Tanks tend to be known to fuck things up.
So I don't think they're technically part of the
no, you're right.
mission so much as we're just defending ourselves from them.
Yeah, which is fine by me because eventually we'll be able to deploy another, deploy another turret.
Yeah, they're technically not part of the great big convoy.
Rocking through the night. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Convoy.
Yes, that's the one.
That weird period in the 70s where everything was all truck related.
Nice lights cannon.
Yeah, that's why. That's one reason why I knew that they'd be in handy. But of course, they're also good for range. For moments like that. Of course, we also have frag missile. And Shazam. A film I still haven't seen yet, Shazam.
I don't even intend to see it.
Not big into like DC movies.
I like DC just fine. I just think it looks too much of a goofy little kid style movie.
That's kind of what's appealing to me because we've got so much
like
Grimdark.
A shitty character.
We have so much Grimdark. That'll be interesting to see how a little bit of levity might play out.
I mean, I like levity just fine. I just think that he's too much of like an immature little brat because I mean he is a kid.
Yeah, and he is meant to be played a kid. He's meant to be what everyone thinks.
Yeah,
Superman is.
I'm not saying they're doing the character inaccurately. I'm just saying the character doesn't appeal to me.
No, I don't blame you. I always liked the design of Shazam. I always thought he was very cool looking, but yeah, then you go.
I like his look. I like his look. I just don't like his personality.
Yeah. I always remember him fighting Superman in the Justice League, and he stopped him from transforming into Shazam again by basically flipping him on his he basically takes the kid, I forget the kid's name, and he flips him over. So like Superman's facing the sky, and every time he shouts Shazam, the lightning bolt hits Superman until eventually he just goes like after 20 times. The kid's panting like crazy, and just hear Clark go, "Stop doing that." He's such a
I wonder why they were even opposed to each other in the first place.
Because that was the run thing. Because you see, he absolutely fan worships Superman, but he's very easily manipulated. So the government kind of tricks him, or Lex, one of the two, trixies his hobbits. They tricks him into fighting him, and they are kind of equally matched, but he's magic.
See, that was a breeze.
Yeah, that was.
All right, so he got manipulated into fighting Superman.
Yeah, it's a basic gist of it. They don't.
I guess that's usually how these hero versus hero things happen in the first place, isn't it?
That or
Manipulations
misunderstandings.
and misunderstandings.
Or alternate reality, in which case anything goes. Like when the Amazons and Atlantis fight over the ruins of Earth, and Aquaman and Diana are basically like former lovers turned bitter enemies.
Mm.
And Deadshot is the last American president using the superhero Lex Luthor, who's like their version of Iron Man, to stop it. That's the
Damn.
universe that the Flash creates by letting his mother survive falling down a flight of stairs. I have no idea how
Go figure.
as you do. Oh, Flash, you.
How did A reach B? Who knows? Oh,
Oh,
there
it's
is a nice
so
armor for.
convoluted. It's like she
There's a
become.
Dominy's armor there for you.
That'd be kind of cool.
Check it out. Also, we have a gift to the Artificer. Do we want a chain sword, a plasma gun, a flamer, or well, we don't want a shotgun. I'll tell you that right now.
No shotty shot.
Chain gun, plasma gun. Actually, probably not plasma gun because you're using the missile launcher. So chain sword or flamer.
Martellus gets flamer. No, we've already got one that has flamer. Dominy says flame.
Yeah, I've got a flamer now, but it's kind of a meh one. But do you want a better melee weapon for Diomedes is the question.
Is 62 damage. Would a chainsaw be better?
Probably not.
You can always
I think the odds of beating that,
XP.
I don't know.
You can sell it and get some XP.
Well, the thing is, if we take a flamer, I might have a legitimate upgrade for Martellus here.
Well, in that case, go for Martellus.
And if it turns out to be shite, we can still sell it.
Absolutely.
All right. No, that's definitely an upgrade.
Good
okay.
Stuff.
And I will sell the old one. But yeah,
armor
equip that armor. You might want that armor for Martellus or for Diomedes there.
18 armor, armor fortitude. This one's 36 armor of leadership. Yeah, definitely. The ancient
all right, and I'll
18, 15. Okay, fair enough.
I'll give your hand-me-downs to Cyrus so he can have some armor.
Can he equip? Yeah, he can.
Yeah. He looks interesting wearing actually proper power armor for a change.
He looks like an Imperial Guard cosplaying as a Space Marine.
Yes, he does. You're so right.
He
really doesn't have the Space Marine build, does he?
No, he's designed for sneaky sneaks, not much else. I mean, he's still got the strength of like 10 men, but he
just doesn't look like he does.
No. But then again, where's the scale? Where's like an Imperial Guard looking up at him? You know?
Oh, that he's in the Space Marine game. That's where.
Yeah, everyone looks bulky in comparison to a regular person, but there ain't no regular people around. Dude. Okay, should we wrap it up here then?
Hi, let us call it there.
We can head to
we rest before my stream tonight.
I'm gonna go and watch that Marshall stream with Shabisky. Marshall wants me on there at some point, and I want him on here.
That'd be cool.
I definitely think that he'd end up being like a guest. I'm also thinking Jay
he seems pretty chill.
Up for it for like the podcast idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I can't even think of a name for the podcast, but I've already got like 2 guests in mind.
The lowest energy podcast.
Oh, that's tempting, but that's all about me, and it isn't just going to be about me. Like, it has to represent 2 or 3 people that's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm all about me, but you don't need me to advertise that. Just let me speak about it.
And speaking of people being on other people's shows, I need to go poke Hannibal and Monty again about being on the shit show.
Yeah, absolutely.
They haven't gotten back to me on it yet.
Oh, speaking of, that's actually another group I need to start talking more to. I talk to, I think it's Monty a lot on Instagram. I think he'd definitely be down for one of the days.
Monty seems like the kind of guy I would really get along well with in person, I think, as well as yourself.
I think so. Definitely be a cool experience. Oh, speaking of, Paul, I asked Paul just casually when the next time he's going to be on The Morning Wood. And he said the next time Pimp asked, and Marshall was in the chat, and he said, you know that Pimp has an opening this week. And Paul said, oh, well, maybe Pimp should hit me up. So you never know. You might be seeing Might be seeing Paul this week in the Morning Wood. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe we can get a bearded episode going.
Hell yeah! Missy Ann puts on her merkin. I'm sure she has a merkin somewhere. All women of a certain age have a merkin, correct?
Was it you that made the comment on the DP one where oh, Hellbent's gone to bed, now you've got the best beard here?
Yeah, you've been upgraded as top beard.
Yeah,
We need
definitely
an
outdone Ben now.
yeah. Ben's still bronze beard. He's got straggle. He's got good mutton chops though. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, I don't like chops. They're uncomfortable. I
I
always
don't
keep
like
that
it
part
because I don't
shaved
have the
because if
hair for it anymore. But
it traps my heat in too much.
I kind of like the center fold that I'm going for right here. Paul's is majestic as fuck right now. It's expand. He actually said last night that he wants to see how wild it's gonna get.
Is he going full Rasputin now?
Yeah. Oh, he definitely looks like Chunky Rasputin. There's no. Um, I've been accused of back when I had hair. I was accused of being Rasputin, but I was also chunky. So
I mean, to some degree, I'm doing a similar experiment. I don't know if I'll end up in the same place Paul does, but I'm currently in a just let it go and I'll find out where I want to stop when I get there.
Well, I had the opposite because after I came back from the States and I found that my barber was closed due to the COVID, I had to put up my hair looking like shit for the longest time. And then I finally got my hands on a razor, and oh, it was so refreshing just to go bald. Well, first time ever, I was glad
I
I was
haven't done a
bald.
razor on top proper. I'm just using an electric shaver on it.
Yeah, but this one's like gets really close to the skin.
That's what
Um,
I'm saying. Like I don't have that. I still it doesn't look it as much, but it still feels very stubbly.
yeah, I'm due this. I'll probably next 2 days or so. I'm due just to give it a swipe down. Better doing it now rather than later. As for the straggly end bits of the beard, it's going down about as far as uh half the way down my chest. So all right, that's cool.
There you go.
Yeah. Now I still want to get like beads or something, or just braid it again. It's been too long since I braided it.
Yeah, it's been suggested that I should get. I don't know what they're called, but like you see certain like fantasy artwork of like dwarves have those little like metal clasps in their beards. Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
I should get one of them myself. I was looking at them, the Nordic beard rings. I was always thinking of getting one of them.
Yeah.
I just really need one with this thing I've
I
got
don't know if
going
it's
on right
thick
now.
enough to work with it just yet, though.
Yours or mine?
Mine,
I wouldn't
maybe,
say so, no. But
maybe
uh,
with time.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, a beard almost always. I found beards are far more easy to predict than regular hair. Like it's they tend to you tend to know how much a beard is because I've gone pure smooth. I've got a beard much bigger than this. I've got dirty stuff. I've got fluffy stuff. It just beard hair. The only thing I can express myself with. But yeah,
Hmm. But if I decide to try that out, I've got a friend who does 3D printing. I can get custom ones made.
ooh, cool. Get one of your own face.
That'd be weird.
Be very weird. And almost as weird as what I'm about to do now. Shill someone else. Krendar, what have you got going on?
Well, tonight we're gonna in about an hour and a half. We're doing a stream over here. Gonna see if we can finish up this game I've been playing called Die Young, and then after that we're gonna start into there's this indie Metroidvania game that looks interesting called Time Spinner. I'm gonna probably be starting that tomorrow if I finish Die Young tonight.
All right.
And of course, we got new merch on the Shilly Shill Shill store.
Ooh, do tell.
I've got a Spreadshirt store with a few goofy things on it, which is mostly confusing and jokes of weird things that my brain spat out while streaming, such as my newest entry, the Emergency Flamingo.
Oh, well, you always need one of those.
That's right.
I mean, what happens if you were in a position where you needed an emergency flamingo and you left it at home?
You're right. Fucked then.
Fuck's sake, yeah. But no, that seems cool. You'll find the link to Krendar's YouTube in the link down below. But if you want to talk to him, you're usually on Twitch, correct?
Yeah, I do the streaming on Twitch, and then sometimes I'll record it, and then I'll put those recordings on YouTube.
Okay. As for me, like I said before, I don't know what the weekend's gonna hold, but I've got a lot of things I want to do, so maybe I should stream at some point. If I don't, I don't. Modded Monday, I probably will not do it, but you don't know. Maybe I might be right or wrong. Depending on what I do on the weekend, I on Wasted Wednesday will either be doing the DP game or Command and Conquer. So if I don't stream anything on the weekend, then I'll do the DP game, and if I do, then I'll do Command and Conquer because I'll probably be streaming the DP game. So with that said, yeah, I am out of here. Krendar, as always, it has been a disaster bringing you on. I like to torture myself,
Excellent.
but I mean, my God, must be limits sometime. And
Not in sight anytime soon.
no, I look over that horizon, and all I see is more Canadian shenanigans, shenanigans, if you will, shan
Shenanigans.
Thank you, Mom. Jesus Christ. I'm out of
I mean,
here.
you
This
couldn't.
man once again has ruined a perfectly good evening. Bye.